Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Wileyverse. We're still getting settled in and ready with our new crazy schedule. I don't know what this is. Let's see if we can hit the trash can.
You hit the trash can.
Okay.
And Roofrost is here!
Roofrost! A wild Roofrost appears.
Roofrost, I don't know where. If you mean.
Oh, we got a bandy here.
Just look to the
Special
lights.
guest.
You'll find me there.
That's
the
the
stuff behind you.
Oh yeah, your stuff is all back there.
Aha!
Easy, easy.
Oh, Bandy, don't sneeze.
Don't knock over your drink.
You're so excited.
Huh. Mobile live dashboard.
I'm more
Manage your
excited.
channel directly from your phone.
Do it.
I just gotta.
Really?
I do. Yeah.
Yes, these are my spells.
Those are your spells?
Yes, they are.
Good.
Boop. I have a character sheet.
You got everything?
I think I need to refresh this.
Alright, everybody. Sorry for the discombobulated start. While everyone else is getting settled, I will try to recap as best as possible what the hell is going on.
You do that.
We are playing a D&D 5th edition Forgotten Realms game. It is an all Dragonborn campaign. Every character is Dragonborn. Not only that, they are all from the same clan. Goldath. A very wealthy and progressive clan. Two of the members are adherents to Bahamut,
Yeah, that guy.
a paladin and a cleric.
These good people.
They have kind of like their people, their nation, have been pushed to the brink by a
Oh dear.
evil dictator.
Emphasis on the dear.
Yeah, dictator. He is wanting to take back what he believes is his land, but he's also they have a hatred of metahumans. Anything that's not human, they try to destroy. So their nation has been pushed back to the sea. It's barely holding on. Absolutely. And through the god Bahamut, they've kind of gotten a quest that they believe, or they think, they have deduced, may lead them to save their homeland.
All I know is that Bahamut gave me a horse, and
it's nice. Look
it's
at my
it's a
horse.
nice-
My horse is amazing.
It's lemonade. It's
Yeah.
incredible.
Sweet lemonade. Thank you so much. Oop, that's all right.
This dog is so happy right now.
It is. She is so happy seeing.
her.
Okay,
Where's the damn kitty? Oh,
where's the...
you 40k maniacs.
I know, I'm
You
sorry.
mixed the blood dice in with the shit.
We mixed all the dice.
I can't touch the red ones.
So good to see you, baby.
Oops, what are these? Oh, these
That's all you. I'm not touching the red ones.
all right.
All over your sheet.
They took the clues and cues and found their way to this massive stone mount, crazy landmark in one of the lands. And inside, they have found a chunk of metal. It defies all normal properties. They call it platimantium, as it's both platinum and adamantium. And they think it's a piece of what could have been Bahamut's weapon,
Zunshe.
Zunshe,
That's right.
in the primordial form. Along the way, they have been harried by the forces of Tiamat and the cult of the dragon. So they must be on the right direction if they've pissed off the evil dragon goddess. They now find themselves in Castle Never in Neverwinter as they're trying to find a location to forge this.
Yes.
And the old dwarven nation of Gontalgren.
There we go. Say we're all
Okay.
Things have been moved around.
Yeah,
since the
sorry.
last- That's okay. Just making sure we can all be seen and see each other.
They need to find the old Dwarven nation.
Coasters.
Coasters right there.
Bingo. Specifically,
Of Gauntlgrim.
specifically this one.
Had a forge that was said to be able to forge the weapons of gods. They've gone into the Castle Never because supposedly there is a map of the ancient Dwarven kingdoms on the floor of the Dwarven embassy in Castle Never. But Castle Never has been absolutely... It's been destroyed, decimated.
Yeah, it doesn't look
All the people
huge,
inside were killed, and it's now infested with monsters and ne'er-do-wells and cultists and all kinds of evil factions. Plus, magic has kind of just run rampant because of the spell plague and the sunderings. So a lot of the traps and the security measures have taken on a life of their own and are making it really hard to progress through this massive keep. Can you give me an allergy pill? Does anyone else need allergy
I'll
pills?
take one. Hinting at
So,
All right, pill poppers.
that's where they're at. They've been in this castle for 3 sessions now. They're not even sure how many days. They've rested once at least. They've just encountered a door, which had a interesting riddle to solve to get through.
Very painful riddle. Oh, you remember the knockback?
No, I know I do. I don't want to give you the knockback joke. But we're heading into a room that is full of... We thought it led into that room with the stone
We're
people.
sort of headed
No.
that direction.
So, you're just heading in the same direction.
Okay.
So you went into the room with all the screaming and fleeing stone statues,
And I walked us back out.
and then you walked right the hell back out. But then you went down another corridor, and then there was an offshoot of that corridor going in the same direction as that room.
Okay.
This is supposed to take you back towards the central chamber, which is what you're trying to
I just
keep
thought it was going
next
through the
to.
stone people room. So.
But no, it's just going in the same direction. So
Different floor.
no, same floor. Yeah, it's just like literally the difference is door here, door here,
Oh.
both going the same direction back towards the central chamber.
Well, no, there's probably little to no chance anyone else could have solved this riddle that we went through, so this is probably the safer way to go.
Sorry, my
I
nose is
concur.
like super red. Sorry, I'm a little bit under the weather, so I've been scratching my face with.
It's actually not as bad there as it looks there.
Yeah.
So don't touch it.
Yeah.
Not touching
All right.
it. Part of the itchy is the touching it.
Okay, so you've just opened the door. The door is opened for you. The boo-hoo.
In the crack is a jar.
And before you lies a grand hall that looks like it's going to take you back out towards the central chamber. So,
Any stone statues that we see?
no, not here.
Looks clear. Well, looks clear.
Looks clear, guys. Let's go.
Hey, everybody.
Which one of those is real?
It's the door handles talking.
like-
Oh, I guess we should go around and do introductions
Get some
real
helium
quick.
escaping from the room.
I am Wiley. I am running this game. I'm also running the NPC, Ayasa, who is an evocation wizard and a gold dragonborn of the clan. She's a little bit enigmatic and normally tends to either speak in riddles or not speak at all because I don't want to help these guys one bit.
Yeah, for an entertainer, she's not. She's not. I don't find her very entertaining lately.
Down at the end
We're
there.
not her demographic.
Oh, yeah. I am Rofrost, or Robert playing Rofrost. Rofrost, that super cool paladin that he was talking about earlier, with a really nice horse. Yeah, I got a new cape. It's fabulous. And shiny new breastplate.
Did you see the description of the
Great
cape?
description of yourself.
Oh, I didn't see the description. I'm going to read the description.
Anyway,
It's
this
not.
is our
It's just
easily-
the name of it.
This is our easily distracted paladin.
The
What?
cloak of.
And that's me. Please move on.
Yeah. So, Zernex, I'm an arcane trickster. At some point during the Dragonborn's life, they need to do something that betters the clan, and so I chose to leave and find trade routes. And so I spent a good chunk of time on human ships, traveling through the south, through the Sword Coast, And now I'm back, and these guys dragged me to this fucking place.
That's great.
Here we are at Castle Never, where I hope there is a ship to
Throw out
sail.
your colors as well.
Oh yes, I am the bronze Dragonborn.
Copper.
And I am the silver Dragonborn cleric known as Savroth. I'm kind of the reason we're all in this mess.
Kind of, you're all the way the reason.
When we form together, you
He's
form the head.
nobility.
He's
in
Lord
the
of
clan.
the Clan Goldath, our Lord Savroth.
Well,
He is a lord. He is not the lord.
yeah.
He's my lord at this point.
Yeah, I mean,
I've watched this guy chop and
we're gonna die for this son of a bitch.
Yeah.
in This is
Right.
dungeon, so you
Again and again and again.
I'm a lord of the clan. I'm the one that got the message, maybe from Bahamut, that told us to go this direction to save our people. And Castle Never is where we've ended up at this point.
Also, you burning to death the Drake 3 times. It's like my favorite part of this game. So
you know,
I was like, this is so good.
I can't say it's been my favorite part.
I know, I understand. For
That-
me, like,
That Drake is right up there in my list of like best villains I've ever made.
It's been a bastard.
Like-
those stupid, like, unofficial numbers that we don't know about how much we damage it before it leaves.
yeah.
It's like, you've reached that number, it leaves. I'm like,
Oh man,
I want to hit you with this phone so bad, man. Like,
Yeah.
God damn it, man.
it's like fighting Cactar in Final Fantasy.
That's actually a pretty good analogy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just-
we're like, oh, you gotta hurt it as fast as you can.
And every once in a while, just waste you. Like,
Yeah.
All right.
1,000
So
levels.
you've made your way through the knock knock joke door, and you're facing a grand chamber. Forward, there's no screaming statues in this chamber.
that's
So
great. I'm a fan. Let's tally. Sally.
Sally forth.
Sally.
Write it down in your thing. No maniacal statue.
Oh yeah, I wrote it down
Yeah,
here.
you don't have to write it down.
No, don't write it.
You don't have to. I'm just saying you can if you want, but you don't have
I'm keeping notes.
to. All right.
Yeah, so this is another dark
This is
chamber.
a dark, cold chamber. It looks like it looks pretty grand and like a receiving chamber where you might even have vents or stuff like that. You know that this connects to at least two different big apartment areas. So this is probably like a gathering ground for who stayed in these apartments. These two sections. You've only been to one section, which was abandoned by the Thayan enclave.
Right.
And here you are now in this grand chamber. Like, it looks like it could have been a banquet hall, it could have been a dance hall, it could have been a meeting chamber, it could have just been repurposed to whatever it needed to be for the delegations or whoever stayed in this area of the castle.
This would be the point where I would probably speak up. Like, at this point, we are not sure where we are or where we are going. We should come up with a plan to find the heart.
Well, so I point to one of the apartments. Is one of those the Thayan ones?
The ones that you came from, yes.
Okay, so we should check out these other ones. They might belong to the dwarves. We might be at the heart for all we know.
You don't see any staircases leading to this, which is one of the other clues, but maybe the staircase is from some other direction out of those
They could
apartments.
be underneath the apartments.
But just to know, like, if you go back to the T-junction, go to the other set of apartments, those doors are going to shut, and you're going to have to come up with another
never mind.
passage.
Let's not.
Never mind, he says.
This is a silly thing.
We're going to try to
This is I'm armed with first grade jokes. Let's do it.
So yeah, where you guys heading?
My lord, this pursuit seems futile at this point. We are just wandering.
Well, I don't disagree with your idea to come up for a plan, but in what way do we do that?
The plan escapes me. The wandering irritates. We just continue to open and follow and open and fight and open and
Okay,
follow.
I throw a bit of my cape. I think it's been working out quite well for us, actually.
We have done quite well, but we have no idea where we are, where we are going, what is happening next. We have been outside, we have been inside, we have met friend and foe and ghost.
Well,
How long can we do this?
it is it's a big place, but it's a finite place. There's only so many places we can discover.
And it would
Actually,
seem to me that
hang on. Actually, that's very true for a sailor. That would fix it for me. Like, this is true.
This is true. Endless lake.
It is not this. It's the sea. The endless lake. I was gonna say this is
They're
not.
both very watery.
You have placated me. It is not this sea. We can't do this. I'm sorry. I have had a momentary lapse.
it's fine. It's just we don't have a map of here, so our only way to explore is by trial and error.
And then if we find a compass and the map, we could find the boss and get this segment of the Triforce.
Well, then I will venture forth. So I'll go check the chamber.
All right. Go ahead
right
and roll me
behind you.
a stealth. Remember, you have advantage.
Run to Medusa.
Are you drinking that potion, or are you using your light?
I'm gonna continue using my light. I'm gonna do that until it's.
You'll know when to use
I
that.
know. I will know when to use it. Jeez, what do you think? Should I take 26? Or sorry, 26 or 29?
I'd say the 26.
We'll take 26 as my roll.
29.
29.
Advantage gives you. It's the higher.
You
I
have
know,
to take the
we're-
higher.
You have to take the.
You have no.
Oh, we have to?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Dude.
Disadvantage is you have to take the
29.
lower. Advantage you have to
Yeah.
take the higher.
Alright, 29.
So
I rolled a 30 for myself.
He rolls good one time and starts talking shit.
your so
Very
these chambers
true.
are so big that hiding your light and trying not to be seen and stealthing, you're gonna have disadvantage on your search and perception checks, unless you drink that potion.
But since you have advantage on stealth, you just roll.
No. Perception.
Oh.
He has advantage on stealth, but to have stealth, he has to hide his light.
See, part of me just wants to fight the GM on this issue. Because you continuously suggest that I drink the potion.
I mean, it's only gonna last for like 30 seconds, so
The potion?
yeah. I was telling him earlier, it only is effective while it's like while he's drinking it. So he's like,
You
look,
don't have to
look, I can see. Look, look, look.
I just take a little sips of it.
Yeah.
But okay, like if you want
We need to
to
get you.
make perception check with disadvantage.
We need to get you. We need to get you a magical shot glass that just keeps refilling.
He needs a straw.
See,
Oh,
this,
yeah.
this is the check that you need to roll those high numbers on and then talk crap. Because then
That's not how it works. I'm going to guess.
Or you can drink that potion.
An 8 and a 4.
But we just got it.
I know you weren't going to add it to the thing, but I forgot that I had a potion of eagle wisdom. But that's not a magic item that I need to have.
Yeah.
Drink the
I
stupid potion.
put your
He's gonna drink the stupid
Drinking
potion.
the stupid potion.
okay. You like everything kind of resolves and
Coward.
you can now see you can see the grandeur of these chambers.
Remember how
There is
East
still
Rock
kind of a
used to be?
grayscale.
Shut up.
There's still kind of a
Shrug is an
grayscale to the whole thing, but like you're seeing these as if they were lit up. So go ahead and roll perception without disadvantage.
Oh boy! Now see if you had
Come on, I
if
know.
you had disadvantage, the other dice would have been a 2,
That's right.
and you would have to take the 2.
I rolled a natural 20 with a +6.
Okay, so you walk through this big chamber, and it opens up to a massive kind of.
Solid pit.
There's pathways on left and right, big open pathways that can they go stretch around, but it goes out to a balcony that overlooks the heart of the
Oh shit!
castle, like the central chamber. And you don't know how high you're up, but you're high up enough that you're walking out there, you're being careful, you're looking left and right. You know that the statues are somewhere to your left in the next chamber over, probably. That's where the statues are. So you're being very careful not to stir anything up or make any noise. But when you walk out on that balcony, you look up and across the massive opening to the other side of this central chamber, and you see a massive staircase with 2 dwarven statues.
Dwarven stairs.
Immaculately cut. Like painstakingly. Like every beard hair is carved in that statue across the way. And you'd never have seen that in the dark. But yes, about 2-3 floors up on the opposite side, you think that has to be it.
He really wanted you to drink that potion.
So I'm gonna use
Because otherwise you'd be continually wandering, not knowing where the hell you are.
I'm gonna use message to tell him that I've seen the hairiest statue of himself. No, I'm just kidding. I'll return back to the group and skinny that.
That's a good one. I told you, finite places.
I have no anything to argue. I can't even argue. Like, you literally said that. That's
just after you had that existential crisis, and he pulled you out of it. Oh,
yeah, it is. It's so much smaller. It's gonna make me a better thief.
Toss my cape and stride forward.
We claw bump.
So the question is, could you see a way to that, or just see it?
I could see that it was.
I see that we have a friend that can make us fly.
It was 3 stories up. However, due to the enigma of this castle, there is no apparent way. Right?
No, you know that.
The way
you have to go left or right, and try to go up.
Yeah, but we know we're in the center, and it's 2 stories up.
I don't see anything
over there.
Yeah, it's
3 stories up.
2, 3.
There's a drop left.
Oh,
it hits your eye. You're like,
excuse me. Yeah, it's because these things are never really, whatever. And the stories are pretty big, but it's there. You can see their heads up there, and you can see that massive staircase leading up.
It's a 2 extra drink session, apparently.
Yeah.
What?
These long, waiting for you to get off work definitely allows us to get more lively.
That's good.
You watch yourself there, Rofrost.
What am I? I'm sorry. I missed out on this. What are you accusing me of?
Nothing. I said it's a 2 extra drink session because you were like, Bahamut bless you.
Oh, yes.
But I was like, what? And you're like,
did you actually say Bahamut bless you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Inspiration.
Yay! It's like one of yours.
Also inspiration for you for your existential crisis and recovery.
I had needed. This was fantastic. Being like, it's not the sea; it's a finite space. I was like, you know what? That's perfect.
I know.
Exactly
we're great role players. Let's tell the audience about it.
All right. So you know where we're headed. Well, you saw where we probably are headed. What else did you see? Were there any sort of other paths that you could see?
There's a left and right.
I mean, I couldn't always walk around and look for more, but from this angle, I can only see the statues in the staircase. There are our exits from where we are now, but they don't necessarily lead anywhere to what we've seen.
Yeah,
from what I've seen.
Light it up.
I mean, we remember when we went to the patio, and there were 9 staircases.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I like that every week he gets more Inigo Montoya, more Spanish.
You know what the worst part is? I just watched The Princess Bride 2 days ago.
No,
and
good.
It's way
Good for you.
worse.
I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
And you finally found your dopey ass
Inigo.
voice.
I don't know why. I've had fun being characters all the time. For some reason, Xernax's voice is just won't come, but now it's Inigo Montoya now. So
No, that's fine. So you called out Ayasa, and Ayasa says, I think our path is fairly clear. To the left are screaming statues, and to the right, they aren't.
this is sound advice. Inigo Montoya. This is sound advice.
This is sound advice.
All right. Well, as much as
I've been mostly dead all day. Oh no! Fuck. Red Fire River's been mostly dead all day. My bad. Sorry.
Yep.
Ruined.
I agree with you, Ayasa. Let's head down this chamber and away from the statues, the other direction.
Right.
As always, I think our trusty pal Zernax here should lead the way, especially now that he can see a little better.
You can see. You just don't know how long this effect is going to last.
What does it taste like? Does it taste like carrots?
Oh, you have to tell me what it is.
Yeah, it tasted like a little bit like ash, but it had a almost dark berryish aftertaste, like raspberry or even like a pomegranate, like that pungent.
I was like,
Yeah.
I'll just stick with health potions.
Yeah.
This one's way
All right.
ripper.
No, we're just like.
I'm excited. We found what we're looking for.
Yeah.
Let's go.
You haven't found it. You saw it. You saw what you're looking for. Now you need to find it.
You
He
know,
has seen it.
Yes.
Yeah, you
None of us
guys,
have
you
seen
can't
it.
see it.
I like to think of ourselves as, as a clan
Yeah.
who accomplishes things together. But I understand if we have separate glories.
My lord, while
Right.
we are here, I do have rope. We could climb.
What? You have no-
To cross the central chamber is like 240 feet.
We're not crossing it. We're going.
Don't you have that
But-
magic stick?
What if I?
You can.
How high can
You
Ayasa
can't come with me
levitate?
while I use
Huh?
the magic
How high
stick.
can Ayasa levitate?
She can levitate
For days.
like pretty much infinitely, just at 20 feet around. She just can't move you left and right.
So I just wondered how high, because if she just got him up there with his rope, he could then
Well-
Good dangle.
All right, not put any ideas. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna put any ideas.
That's a good
like,
idea.
no, fuck that plan.
There you
No,
No,
you need to go
I
to the
could,
room.
I could give you a plan, but I'm not gonna do it because I'm not.
I've got ways
So-
I can get right up there.
Well, you have to get like 240 feet across.
Well, I've
Like
read
if you
this.
go up,
All I seriously have to do is go right above me. There might be another.
yeah, if you go up, you're still on this side and still have to go around some way to the other side.
Oh yeah.
And like if you want to go straight up, that's fine.
I'm not-
She can
it'll be
float
too-
you up there with rope.
It's gonna be too hard to get this guy on, so we're gonna move on to the rooms.
You can hold a rope. She can float you up, and you can get to the next landing.
I've been a balloon for these fellows quite enough.
You can nothing.
Vertically up to 20 feet.
Yeah, a turn.
Yeah.
It's
So she could just, as long as the duration's there, she can keep floating him up.
Concentration up to 10 minutes.
Well, that was the whole,
What's the range of this?
60 feet.
Well, that was the idea before. Was that does the movement underneath me affect me? And he's like, either you go like this or you go like that. And I was like, well, of course I wouldn't do that. That's why I had to throw a rope
Yeah,
to him.
But
And
in this
they're like,
situation,
"You have a
nothing's
rope?"
moving,
Yeah,
so
fucking
you
balloon
just
boy, dude.
you
That
just
means a
move
rope.
up.
Yeah.
So
Precarious.
Also, your character always has a rope. You, like your glitter boy, for some reason has a rope.
The toe inch.
it was a toe inch. That was
It was
brilliant.
super useful.
That was super
That shit
brilliant.
was super useful.
Hmm.
When we were playing Rifts, I was a glitter boy.
Mhm.
So you have to lock in to fire.
So we started.
So-
I allowed him to do mods on his
So at one
armor.
point, I bought a toe winch for a vehicle, and I welded it to my
armor.
my armor on the front. So I would throw it on the ground and stomp on it and lock myself in, and I got a free shot without any lockdown.
So he could
Great, dude.
he could get one shot off where he could actually move, as long as he'd be anchored to the ground, so he can sidestep to get angles.
He didn't
nice.
know until I did it. I'm like, well, can I buy a toe winch? He's like, I guess.
I'm like,
Put it on
sure,
the front of my armor. He's like, for what? I'm like, for climbing.
because he was
He's like, yeah, because I was
terrible
a
at
shitty
climbing.
climber. We climbed a bunch. And the first time I used it, I was like, throw it on the ground, like, stomp on it. And he's like, I'm going to give you one.
Yeah.
You get
Before
one
that
shot
pops
before
out,
that pops
like-
out. And I was like, yes. Then I used the shit out of it. I abused the hell out of that.
It was so good.
Lord.
You can see
Sackler.
our Rifts game in the YouTube below.
Yeah.
Just click the big YouTube button.
74 hours of fantastic, awesome.
Lord Savra, does Bahamut offer you any sort of divine knowledge into things? Is there a prayer you could do? Some sort of connection you can make with?
I think you already played this out once, man. You already tried that, and it worked. You got that vision, but in the middle of Castle Never, Bahamut probably doesn't come.
I'm
back.
asking if he's got like some kind of stone sense spell or something.
No,
Is what I'm
He
doing.
doesn't have that.
Ask him if he knows anything about
Alright.
the book.
You guys
I'll
are.
just go up and go to the right.
You're going to go to the right, so you start heading right and going around. You make your way through chambers. You're trying to. I kind of, I get the gist. You're avoiding combat. You're trying to stay away from weird spaces. There's just a lot of there's a lot of big ass chambers here. So you make your way around. You make your way up. You're trying to stick to the heart, and you get to one area where you're kind of veered off. Like you think you're up on the same level as the Dwarven thing, but you also think you've gone back. You're not sure exactly where you are. And from the central chamber, it's just one path. Like the central, like you come around and then it curves out, and there's this cool, massive, archwayed hall that goes forward, and then there's some steps that rise up and pillars that go over, and there's this massive chamber that seems to have light coming down through it, but there's all these intricately carved lattice work and leaves and like vines,
It doesn't
all of
have
stone.
the two dwarven statues in
No.
the front. No.
All of stone and lattice work, and light is coming down through it in different ways. Like there's some natural skylight above that chamber somehow. But yeah, there's this stairway up to this central platform, but you're kind of getting railroaded into this one area. And it looks like could be 4 other exits from this. So you think if you can get up there and keep going or go left, you might be able to work your way back around.
Well, at least we have a reference point to work off of.
You know that if you get back to that central chamber, you kind of keep your direction sense. You still know where you're going.
Mm-hmm.
But this has been like, you went around, you've gone up, you went over, and instead of keep going around, this thing just went boop, and turned off.
I'm sorry. Did we have to backtrack at all to do this, or is this from that
It
area
depends
that
on
had
if
the
somebody
balcony?
backtracks. What it really was is we were coming up, and then instead of like kind of curving where we wanted to, it forced us kind of away.
Okay.
So it's not a backtrack as much as it's a.
It's just
So we didn't actually backtrack.
No, we
still
have a backtrack. It's
continuing
a
on.
detour instead. It's a detour.
Okay.
yeah. So like if this is like the central chamber, here. You were like going around this part, and then this goes whoop, and just it doesn't have a way forward anymore over there.
Right.
It's forcing you out.
The dwarven stairs, those were above where we were
There
looking
were
at the
2
balcony?
layers above us.
But you have
directly
moved.
across.
You have moved up since then.
So if you were looking here, we
Okay.
were here. The dwarven stairs would have been there, but
Okay.
2 stories up.
Okay.
Yeah. You think you may either be like 1 floor down or on the same floor now because you've gone up some stairs in your explorations. But this thing is taken away, and it's like again, like you're going up these nice columns, like little stairways up, columns, and this big central chamber.
Because we haven't. Oh, sorry.
So forward. You go forward in this, or you want to try to backtrack?
I think we should go forward.
I think we should also go forward. Xernex, you would have the best directional feel amongst the 4 of us.
We are either here or below, but forward is the only way. Let's do it.
All right. You want to sneak up ahead and
Yes,
check things out?
I will do that.
Run into stuff by yourself?
All right.
What are these lights?
There's light filtering through. There's not lights.
So I'm going to go
individual lights. There's
investigate this lit.
ambient light,
So there's the lit direction, or we can go,
or you can go back.
4 other way or back. Okay, so I'm going to go forward to the lit area.
It looks like if like there's stairways up to this platform, and the way the columns and everything look, it looks like a gazebo almost inside. So like there'd be 4 other exits from here.
Oh, there's exits from that. So, okay.
You think,
gazebo
but you
there?
can't see. Like
There's
it
not-
just
the appearance.
the
is-
appearance of do you kill it? Do you attack the gazebo? No, but it's massive. Like on the stairway up, it's massive columns. Like I linked it earlier today.
No, I saw it. I get the idea.
Yeah.
I get the idea.
But there's something specifically missing in the.
Is it some sort of mimic that stare?
Paint a picture with your words.
Hey, you said on a mimic. You only have to make that. Like I've always hear all this time. Always, you're like mimic. I'm like, who cares about mimics? And the first time you touch one, it gets stuck to it and it starts to chew on you. You're like, you know what? I'm never falling for this ever again.
But there isn't a tree.
Ooh, pretty.
There's a stairway up. There's 4.
You get the vaulted ceiling. That's like a gazebo.
Yeah, there's columns going up,
Yeah, attack a gazebo.
and the top of it is lattice work, like carved lattice work. It's all stone, and along the pillars on the side are vines. Like it's carved out of stone, but they're leaves and vines that come down these columns.
What manner of creature is a gazebo?
An aberration.
It is, yeah.
We'll both attack the gazebo.
It's actually where mimics come from. It is a mama mimic.
It's a mama mimic.
Yeah,
Gazebo.
you walk into the gazebo and all it does is go, and that's it. Like if you walk into a gazebo, you just get eaten.
Yeah.
Gazebo.
One shot kill. One shot total party kill. If you can, I get all you in there.
Just gotta wait for the right moment.
All right.
So
I'll sneak ahead.
this is all coming from 2 episodes ago when he sat on a mimic that made itself look like a bench. Oh, you don't. Sorry, I didn't. You don't need to make a roll.
Oh, okay, cool.
Does that mean there's something there? Just
You actually you start walking up here, and it does feel pretty tranquil, though there's this. Quickly, you get the smell of. It's that like sickly sweet smell of rotten fruit, or like soil that's just kind of
mulchy.
Yeah.
This is what we smelled from earlier.
No, you smelled rotten food earlier.
Food, not okay. That's right.
Good question though.
Very good question. So you walk up into this area, and you see that there's this massive dirt, like a circle, like a big, maybe it's a planter at one point. It's massive. It's in the center of the room. There's benches all around the side. There's planters along the walls and along the floor. So this looks like it was an indoor garden or park.
It's arboretum.
At some point, and that's why there's natural light that filters through here, was to give that nourishment. The dirt is... It's not old, doesn't look old. It almost looks like newly tilled, but there's nothing in it. Like, there's just blank dirt.
Does it look like things were pulled from it?
No.
It's not overturned, okay, it's fresh, but not pulled.
There seems to be no exits from this room, but you'd have to inspect further.
I will inspect further.
What's
Is everyone coming up?
He's scouting.
Yeah, we haven't been told by him to stay back. So.
Well, then yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's not scary. Yeah, come on.
Okay.
So you guys all walk up into this arboretum, this little indoor park garden.
Are there like dead plants in it? Or?
No, like
There's
all of
nothing.
all of the planters and everything just look empty,
Huh.
and they look like they have dirt that's ready for anything. Do you reach over to a planter?
Yeah.
Okay. Make me an investigation check.
Okay.
But real quick for everyone,
Yeah.
before you make that check, let me just describe things. You walk up, and in, like I said, it's like gazebo. There's 4 pillars, so there's 4 alcove areas where there's benches and all this stuff. Like, just as you walk up, there's benches and planters and all this stuff. You walk up and you look to your left, and there's a mural, all painted up on the wall, of a nice spring scene. It looks like there's a field, there's rain coming down, there's flowers blooming, all in this beautiful thing. And then right across from you, the sun is bright. It looks like a summer scene, green grass and everything.
And
then
straight ahead.
That's straight ahead. And then to your right is all the leaves and all the trees are browning and gold and orange and red. Looks like an autumn scene, the wind taking them all away. And then you turn around and look behind you, and there's no stairs anymore. There's a winter scene. A blanketed snow. A blanketed snow scene.
You're alone. Now we're all gonna die
Yeah.
here.
I know. I was gonna. I knew I was gonna do that.
There's a blanketed snow scene. It all seems like the same place, just painted in the 4 different seasons.
Mm. Well, now I'm really gonna smell this dirt.
Yeah. So make an investigation check.
Okay.
So now they're just 4 muraled walls.
Right.
We see no exit.
You
at
see
this
no
point.
exits.
Okay.
My super sleuthing skills. That's a 3.
Yeah, that's not gonna do anything. It smells like dirt. It smells good. It doesn't smell. There's nothing bad. There's nothing bad or anything about it.
Yeah. I don't even pay much attention to them. I'm way more interested in the fact that the stairs are gone. Well, seems we're in another pickle, my lord. I don't see any mirrors here to help us out this time either.
You want to go rip one of these murals off the wall?
I absolutely do.
The massive,
It's
30-foot tall mural, 20-foot wide.
going to take a bit of elbow grease, but we can get it done.
Maybe if I just start chipping away at it with my hammer.
I start picking at bricks, see if anything.
There's not bricks, it's just straight like.
Oh, okay. I think I keep thinking mosaic.
Yeah, not a mosaic. No, this is painted onto a smooth stone wall.
So this area still like got light coming into it though, so like we can kind of see
you guys can
without
see
using a light object to show.
Yeah, this place is well illuminated.
Is anybody here?
In the middle.
No one answers you.
There's 4 pillars.
4 pillars on the corners of the room. You can see where staircases would be. Like you can see like at each mural, and each mural is it's in an alcove area. So you'd walk up. You can walk all the way up to it, but you can see like where your stairs disappeared and where the posts kind of started the stairs. Mm-hmm. But now they're posted on the side of this mural.
So my first thought is, how can we equate our breath weapons to these seasons?
Well, winter would be me. I'm cold.
So you're
summer.
cold.
Summer,
we
which
have
is
cold.
straight
We have
ahead.
fire.
We have fire.
But we also have electricity and acid.
Yeah, those might not correlate.
We have magic.
You have other magic. You have other things. What do you want to try to do?
So, part of me wants to do the opposite of each mural. So, like if it's winter, do summer. If it's autumn and spring, whatever. Let's try the straightforward approach then. Winter is cold. Summer is
If
hot.
that's the case, is Ayasa's fire bolt?
Yeah, she has fire. She has firebolt.
Which ironstone stuff.
A cantrip.
Yeah. We should test out with her cantrip first before we start using breath weapons and shit.
Oh, where do you want me to throw it?
You think she should throw it at summer or winter?
Throw it at summer.
Just want me to shoot the mural?
Yeah.
She shoots a firebolt at the mural. It scorches the mural.
It's a cantrip?
It's a cantrip. Make a perceptions for everyone.
Can you use your battery again one more time?
19. Oh wait, perception, not 23.
Yeah.
15.
All right. 23. You are positive nothing happens
23?
except for a normal scorching of a mural.
So let's do it the opposite then. Scorch the winter one.
She walks across the chamber and throws a firebolt at the winter mural. It singes the winter mural. Make perceptions.
Nice try, pal.
Booyah.
Easy.
Good backhanded throw. Hey.
Oh, look at that bully. Look at that bully of a die.
Thanks.
For those that couldn't see the thing, he threw it in and bullied his other die into a natural 20.
I think this is heavier. These are like heavier than mine.
I changed Mitch's
so
like
nice.
18 or whatever he had into like a 2 or something, and then
So my perception is a 24.
How to look?
You are positive that nothing in the chamber changed besides a regular scorch mark on the
Fellas, I am positive that nothing has changed.
So this doesn't seem to be a thing.
This is bullshit. Is there anything in this pot or the seeds we're supposed to put anywhere?
Which pot or what seeds?
I was just about to say that we have the fresh soil.
There is a massive center of this entire thing which has fresh soil in it. You want to take a look at it?
Yeah, take a look.
All right. Investigations? Or like, is there anywhere particular you're digging or...
I mean, at this point, no.
I'm gonna look. I mean, is it at first glance? Does it seem? Is it like a ring or is it like a?
It's a ring. It's a massive ring.
It's a massive ring. Okay.
Like.
I want to look.
30-foot.
So it's not a big mound.
It's not a big mound. It's just there's a massive like stone ring with soil in it.
Is it bisected by stairway, like walkthroughs at all?
No. It's just like.
Can I climb over it?
You can walk across it.
Oh, I can walk across it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just this.
Oh, okay.
In the center of the room, there is a.
I figured it was like a razor.
No.
Okay.
There's a little like lip,
like
you know, like this tall. There's
Yeah.
a lip of stone
Yeah.
around the center. Again, like this thing is like 40-foot diameter.
Yeah.
Stone, like lip on the ground. in the center of the room, and in that 40-foot circle is fresh earth.
Well, spring's the beginning of all
Hang on.
things.
So when you were saying earlier there was fresh earth, do any of the other murals have fresh earth around them, or in their potters or planters?
I mean, there are potters and planters all around. They all have fresh earth in them.
Everything's fresh. In front of the murals, is there fresh earth?
There's several in front of it, everyone.
There's
Yeah.
just potters.
What did you say?
Like potters and planters, not like just fresh earth in front of them.
No, not just standing. No.
No, so
I'm gonna
that's
search.
really
I'm
important.
just gonna take a look through the
Specific
soil
to those.
in like the spring section because I figure that's like the beginning of things. Maybe there's some starting thing there. I don't know.
I have a better idea when you're done.
Investigation or
Perfect.
Info shit. Two.
you're just, going about it and like digging through. You're taking as much time as you kind of want. You're kind of stuck here. You're not finding anything crazy, but when you do start sifting through the soil, you think that there are seeds in it.
Ah,
You don't know what they are of, or you just, as you pump through, you see little seeds here and there
yeah.
planted.
Is anyone else looking through that stuff too?
I'm just gonna let you do it.
Oh,
You're
He's doing it. What are you doing?
You're such a good digger.
it's true. Thank you for noticing that.
I want to water this center.
All right. What do you want to do? You just pull out your canteen and put some water on
Yeah,
it?
just
All right. He takes his canteen, he starts shh, 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 and from the very center, a sapling grows.
bingo.
Is this some trailer park?
The
boys?
very center. It like you just by splashing water in the center earth,
Well done.
it grows to about your height. Like it just, and it's like
So 14 feet. Minus 9.
yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna be like some evil creature, right?
Well, he's gonna pet it first.
Oh, that grew really fast. What is that? A tree or?
Is it flower at the top? What does it look like?
It's just a sapling. There's a couple leaves sitting on the end of it. It looks like
Beautiful.
it's going to be a big tree, but it's only a sapling at the moment.
What section were you at when you did that?
He was in the
whole
center.
thing. I threw the whole thing.
He was in the center. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
My friends, I believe this is the key. Perhaps more water.
Let's not throw all of our water though. We'll still need to survive.
Who breathes ice? Is it you who breathes it? Yeah. Perhaps you should make a block of ice and have Ayasa melt it into water.
Oh, if you two kind of like do a little kissy thing, you can just.
Maybe you should make out over the pot. Water. Make out with Wiley.
We're not doing that.
Stop that kind of
happen.
stream.
Oh.
Unless we get some donuts.
We
should be.
We are an 18 and over stream,
Yeah, right.
but we're not that kind of 18 and over stream
Oh, I don't know. For
Yet.
some donation.
yet.
Depends. I bet there's a donation high enough to get that to go.
I basically made out with Robert
I feel
earlier.
like $200 would
Your
be
straw
enough.
was very wet. It was very weird.
I'm a very wet guy.
Anyway, so my suggestion was that you make ice and she melted. So maybe some water in that way. Or you guys just have your own water skins. Perhaps we should water the plants some more.
I say, well, what's any specific area, or are we just going to do in the center like you did?
Perhaps we continue to water this tree and see it fruit.
Yasa pulls out her water skin and starts throwing water on the tree, and it doesn't seem to grow anymore from its sapling state.
Well, there's some seeds in this ring.
That's where I'm putting the water.
Yeah.
Perhaps we
You've
put
noticed that all of the plotters and planters have kind of sprouted.
Perhaps put water in the other planters.
You do that, and nothing seems to happen. It seems that they have stopped. They have stopped growing at this point from water alone.
All right.
Ah, I got it.
You do.
I do.
Just
So
put
what's-
more water in
what's
the soil.
So,
We need light.
no. So at this point, it has been
It is light.
You are correct. At this point, it has been spring. Now we must make summer.
Summer is heat.
Perhaps blow your fire into the ceiling with your thing. Don't use your breath weapon. Use your cane.
she throws out her fire bolts, and the sprout turns into a sapling. And it grows up to the height of like 12 feet tall.
How you want to do
Smart.
How you going to do autumn, Mr. Smart Man?
I don't know. Ooh, the gentle cooling.
What do we do so far? Spring,
Summer.
Yeah, no, it's
Now
fall.
we have to do fall.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything to harvest off these plants? Any fruits?
I hate saying this, but perhaps I can mist my breath weapon.
Ooh.
Or a wilting.
A wilting.
A wilting. I mean,
Can I mist my
Keep your mouth closed when you throw up, and it just.
This is obviously
I
incredible.
mean,
does anyone have a cheese
can try.
cloth?
Nothing will withstand my acid breath.
My cheese. You've never saw my cheese.
So we just raises more questions. My fellows, how can we enact autumn? Maybe
Well,
I want to investigate the.
nope.
He's like, no.
Dang it! What is the room lit?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's light coming in.
we can see this shit.
Can I mage hand the light down?
No, that's not what Mage Hand does. But
Alright, so it was a sprout, now it's a sapling.
well,
No, it was a sapling.
it was a sapling. Now it's like a miniature tree.
Oh,
Okay.
Sorry.
but we have to make autumn happen now somehow in here. Like I would say, like less light, slightly cooler temperatures. Don't
Clouds?
hint at us. Clouds is good. What else happens in autumn? Not winter. I don't want it to be winter. We can make it a little cold. Can we make it a little cold in here? Make it a little cold.
Like, what have we...
Yeah, you don't.
We can strip the leaves.
We can do. We've got this far pretty quick, so don't give it away.
I like where he's going.
Oh, yeah, you want to pull the leaves off.
Let's pluck some leaves off.
Yeah,
You
let's
pull a
pull
leaf off.
Pull a couple of them. We all do it.
Nothing seems to
Nothing. Okay.
except for you have now leaves in your
We
hand.
throw them on the ground.
I put them in my pocket.
No, not on the ground.
Oh,
Bottom.
okay.
You-
Oh, yes.
You don't
yes,
steep.
Okay,
Damn it,
you
don't
just
break
throw
leaves
them on
in
the
your
ground.
pocket.
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
throw leaves, and they just fall to the ground.
At this point now, I just like I see the four of us like having a cigarette, going, "What is autumn to you?" We're getting poetic about it.
Well, I think of autumn. I think of harvest time. But there's nothing. There's no
What about,
fruits. There's no.
What if we
You don't
winds?
harvest trees.
Winds.
Which
What did you
Winds?
say? You don't harvest trees.
you don't harvest trees.
Maybe now we tilled the soil.
I start blowing on a tree.
Okay, it grows even
Hey!
further.
So good at this.
It grows up into a massive
Lord
tree
Savroff, blow everything.
that hits the top of the canopy, and its leaves spread out over everything. All the potters and plants around you are brimming with flowers and growth.
Cool.
All right,
Is anything open or...
nothing
No,
is
we have to
open.
do winter now.
My lord, I think we
Mr.
need.
Coldmouth.
I was like, do we have to do it?
Yeah, we
we
gotta
have to
do
freeze
it.
this thing now?
Yeah.
We grew it all the way just to freeze it?
I know. Sometimes you just
Part of
have
the
to let
normal
your baby
cycle.
die.
Death is a part of life. Says Inigo Montoya.
It's true. It's true. Someone had to die for you to take power, my lord. And look how much you've blossomed.
His mother died. She was
He just
leader of
stabbed
the
you a whole
clan.
bunch. He
And
just-
now he's a great, mighty lord. It's just the circle of
You want
life.
to bring up my dead parents?
Anyway, so make it cold in here.
I'm just saying. It's true.
I guess I have to do my breath weapon on the big tree.
It wilts and covers with snow and seems to go into a stasis. Everything kind of sneezes. Pardon. All of the planters and everything around like wilt and fall onto the ground, and then the earth kind of seems to just kind of freeze over and cake. But then a draft cuts through the chamber from all 4 directions, it seems. And now when you look up at the murals, they are all staircases out of here.
This guy. Come on. There we go. Good job.
We did it!
We did it.
You guys did it. You figured out all on your own.
We're druids now.
You were Superman.
I'm like, you can look at the mural.
Like, no, wind.
You can look at the mural and see that like the leaves are blowing.
We don't investigate.
Yeah.
We don't investigate.
There's dirt to be looked at.
Right.
We have spit to throw at stuff. We can do it.
I'm like waiting for you to fucking melt the tree with acid. I'm like, okay,
No.
you're not getting out of here.
First thing I was like, can I no, this is wrong. Like, can't atomize my ass.
There is one of the dragons has corrosive breath, which is exactly what you were trying to do with just sprinkling the acid out there. Yes.
Did you raise your
I
hand?
did because I didn't know my wand that I have can do magic missile.
No. So in order to have,
like,
in order to actually have a magic weapon on there that you have to like register as magic, I had to put a magic item on there and then edit its description.
Okay.
But you can't edit the main text, which is why I put that description there. This casts cure wounds.
I read the Ironstone description
Yeah,
before
like,
I saw the
don't
notes.
read
Ironstone
stuff.
I was like,
Or
what?
like
It just gives you a +2 to charisma.
Yeah.
I just
as long as
scrolled
the
down my
opposite-
spells and like at
give me the
7th
gloves
level
of
it's like
missile
magic
snaring.
missile. I'm
He's
like,
like, we'll add it
what?
later, but I wrote it in.
when did I
I
get
have
that?
He's like, what about your gloves of missile snaring? I'm like, it says a magic. He's like, what does it say underneath magic? I'm like, I just wrote magic in capitals. Like, that's all it was.
Yeah, because you just wrote.
Because I wrote it in. Yeah,
you
you're
made
like,
it a custom
magic.
gear.
We'll
Like
get
I
back
have
to it.
it.
Yeah, we'll get back to it.
Yeah, like
So
you
it's
actually
the first
have a
time-
real.
Yeah, the first time you asked me, like, what does it say underneath it? I'm like, it says magic. That's what I wrote. So, it just says magic. All right. Good job, my dudes.
We did it.
We did
Now
well.
which staircase are we taking?
The one that would logically take you to where you're going is left,
I suggest left.
which would be left from when you came in, which would be spring.
Perhaps. My lord, I know it is your job to guide us, but given the nature of this place, I will follow you if you go right as well.
Or straight.
Or
Though
there's
straight
three.
would logically, yeah. I mean, there's 4 technically. The one when you came through.
Oh, there's the seasons.
Yeah.
We came through winter, spring, summer,
Oh,
autumn.
But the name of the castle is Castle Winter.
Castle Never.
It's never winter.
It's not Neverwinter. It is Castle Never.
Oh.
It doesn't have any of that.
Oh. Well, now I'm more confused than when I started.
And winter's where you came from.
Are you misting us right now?
No. I'm hissing angrily.
My cool cloak.
I understand your hesitance to go the way that would seem correct.
Mostly because I have to go first.
I'll go first if you don't want to. So you're next.
Yeah, don't let him go first.
Okay, I would.
I mean, he'd totally go first, but don't let him.
There's no going first. No, it's
Like,
obviously
is there
I don't
a
think
reason
it'd be
you
that bad
think
of a
it'd be
point.
better to head?
because everything we have done so far has been a trap or a
Misdirection.
puzzle or a misdirection.
Yeah, but
now we have
Easy,
a clear,
simple bullshit
Sure,
human
sure.
traps.
we have a
Ha!
now we have a clear path. It seems
Well,
circumcised.
we just believe that this would be the correct path. Like, the reason we're having a discussion is because we don't know which way actually will get us to where we're going.
What if we all just went a different direction?
I like this
We're
plan.
not doing that.
Oh, you know I love this.
Oh,
As fun as that would be.
Wiley's like, okay, see you next week.
yeah.
When we
Yeah.
have one session at a time.
Where's my total party kill animation? Like, that's just what
This
happens.
is
Like,
fine.
I could run a separate adventure for each of you. It would last one session.
Be like those things where we're starting our characters, like, you guys go outside. Come on in. What happened? We died.
Yeah.
No, you go outside.
I
I also died.
Oh,
All right. Well,
now it's your turn.
although I would say, although now that I have said it, it seems foolish not to take the correct.
I agree. That did seem foolish.
I just believe it's not that the castle knows where we're trying to go and is trying to keep us there. It just has these traps and
That's the first time that
Now-
both of us have thought about
Yeah,
the castle
yeah,
thinking.
yeah.
You
Now,
just blew your cohort's mind right
The-
now. Both of us are like,
the thing is,
what?
you
You're right. It's the fucking castle.
you were told-
Get our weapons out.
you were told that the Neverneath gains sentience and tries to trap people. The basement of this castle does
Yeah.
do that already.
We just
But we're not in the
reheard it,
basement.
though.
You're
we
not.
just reheard it
but
from our...
the Neverneath could have spread.
Our man just...
Shut up,
told us-
Yasa. I don't want to think about
I
that.
said, no, our man just told us that. He's like,
Yeah.
hey, this might be confusing. And both of us just went, oh, shit, it's the
The
castle.
inspiration.
It's like, yeah, seriously. That's seriously. You made both of us go, what? No, you're right, damn it. We've been fighting the puzzles. We haven't been fighting the castle yet.
Well, you've been fighting the castle.
We
The
just didn't think
castle
about
is
it as
puzzles.
a castle. We
Yeah.
didn't think about it as a castle. We thought about it as somebody that left traps, but now it's the castle that we're fighting now.
But in
It's
that
just
regard,
the
it
world.
doesn't
Right.
know where we're trying to get to. We know where we're trying to get to.
Or are we
It's
trying to
just
get to the
trying to-
Dwarven Chambers? To get
It's
to
just
those
trying
five?
to.
Don't tell the castle.
It's trying to hinder us one way or the other. Like, it doesn't care where we're trying to get to. It just wants to.
So you're saying the door does not matter.
We're going to give it plenty of time to trap us in this damn room again if we don't go
We
somewhere.
already know how to get out of this room, so we're good.
All right, I will take the
This is a
spring
good
door
point.
first.
So, spring?
Going left. Going spring.
Okay. So you exit from the spring chamber. You exit the cold. Like it is winter in that room at the moment. Even though a small little flurry just starts to appear out of the air as you walk out. Huh? Yeah, you're fine.
I just said, my bad, guys.
It's not your bad. Like you just opened Rolfrost in my eyes. We were fighting against circumstance and people that had come before us, and then as soon as you said that we're fighting the castle, we changed our tactics. That's why you got your inspiration.
You make your way through a chamber or a hall that looks very similar to the one that you approached this one in, just the opposite direction. And this hall has seemingly 3 directions. When you get to the end, seemingly has 3 directions to go. To the left seems just a dusty, musty old corridor with some pillars. Forward is a smaller, like you can kind of see the chamber goes for a ways, and then there's a doorway, a massive closed doorway. And to the right, there seems to be a marble paved hall that is somehow illuminated by golden light.
Pretty.
By all indications, left should be what gets you back towards the central chamber, if all of this makes real sense of directions, or is not some arbitrary GM puzzle.
So, if we are fighting the castle, there is an obvious path, a negative path, and a path of least resistance. Perhaps this time we should take the middle. We have the gilded, we have the molded, we have the regular.
You have a door.
Door, sorry.
Door in the middle?
Door in the middle.
I like the door in the middle.
Door in the middle.
We're
Dusty.
so close.
Left is dusty, right?
Yeah, left is dusty, looks decrepit path, like an older like hallway.
The right is the marble
Chamber.
coated
And-
golden.
Yeah, golden lighted marble path.
I select door number 1.
Alright.
I will check the door.
Wait, hold on.
I'll just say I agree this time. Like, maybe we should go for the door instead of the...
This is probably the wrong thing to do then.
He's just doing this because he knows it's wrong. And I was like, hey, remember what happened last time I listened to you 2 bozos?
I still trust that
So
my sailor has
lost.
a better sense of direction to where we gotta go.
He
Than...
knows where he is. He just doesn't know where he is at.
All right.
The place that he is resides.
All right. There we go.
So
I will test the door for traps. and
perception.
Such. Bingo.
Wow.
That's a 25.
It is trapped.
Ooh.
You see that the door has the lining of the door is odd. There's like hinges, but inside the line, like inside this inset of the door, there's strange, like creases, and when you press against the door, there's a resistance that's odd. So this door seems like there's something weighted attached to it. That when you open it, something's gonna happen. It's gonna trigger something.
I'm leaning right over by you. What do you think?
It is obviously trapped. There is pressure from the other side. I am Inigo Montoya.
Like there's water on the other side, or
No, it is force.
like someone's on the side pushing?
Despite the arcane nature of my class, my knowledge of Arcana is limited.
Right. Should we get a Yasa?
As you are looking around, this little so the door is up there, and the chamber. There's a little bit of a that's not an alcove, but above the door there's overhang and stuff like that. You see that there's carvings in there, but through the decoration, you start to actually see that there's a bunch of holes, and they're all pointed kind of down and around the door, so just above you. You look up and you start to look in the creases and all that.
That way or this way?
It looks like it opens towards you.
Towards us. It would appear there are spears to stab us, but the doors come towards, so this is strange. I can't disarm. Can I disarm?
You can try. You don't have a full grasp of the mechanism, but you think if you start to put some type of shims or something into those creases, maybe.
What you doing with those shims?
It could be that this thing is completely internal.
Oh yeah. I'll
so
see how the prince is doing.
So what?
Now,
Savros speaks, man.
do you think this trap is one that is meant to harm ones that open it, or is more of a preventative measure to keep people from getting through?
Or following whoever comes.
I can say that my
Because
experience...
it could be you open the door, a big stone slab or something, just big bunch of gate things come down. It's oh cool, now you definitely can't.
I can say my experience with traps is that they are indiscriminate and they take all. Whether from or within, they all react. You can push, you can pull, the trap will spring.
Uh-huh.
Alright.
It just depends on who knows which door to pull, which door not to pull. I get what you're saying. Are they inside? Will they get hurt?
No, I'm asking, do you think it's a trap meant to harm or a trap meant to keep us from getting through? Physically.
Oh, it's meant to hurt us.
Should we try another door then, or
Try another path?
Well, what if we spring the trap but none of us are near it?
I can make this happen.
Because we have rope.
We do have
You
rope.
have Mage Hand.
I do have mage hand.
You could just reach out
We
and
could open the door
try the door.
without being...
Alright, so let's back away. I'll mage hand at things.
Okay, so you reach out with
Unless
your
you
mage
want to try to disarm it.
No.
You grab the...
I'm having
can you disarm it with
trouble
mage hand?
No, I'm having trouble discerning the arming mechanism or what it is that it's even going to do to us.
Okay.
That's why we're questioning it and walking away. Because normally it would just be yeah, it's trapped. Bring the trap. We're done. It's got a hole in the floor or the things.
We'll
but right
see
now,
something
I'm
more.
seeing holes. There's creases. Everything's weird.
That's something a little more set up.
Yes, I have to walk away from this one.
So you guys walk well enough away. You reach out with your mage hand and grab the handle of the door and turn it. Was that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you turn the handle of the door, and even through your mage hand, you feel a distinct there's pressure resistance, and then tick, and then something releases. The wooden doors, so the handles are in the middle on metal plates, just two handles with metal plates. The wooden doors go and just go sideways into the wall.
Weird creases.
Okay?
Yep.
So they go into the wall like they were a counterweight, and this thing was latching them together here. And there's a stone wall there. But as those things go, you're... And through all of those holes, just metal rods, pointed rod, just hit on the outside.
For both of them.
So
We try the next
just
door.
about a dozen metal spears would have just impaled anyone around that door.
And there was literally nothing behind it.
And there's literally nothing behind it.
Damn it. Fuck Castle Never.
So shall we take the decrepit path to the left? It
is my
seems
second
like
choice.
it would be the
Yeah. Good
The
idea.
one that looks like the right way?
See, what I was worried about there was like, let's say the trap was that stone thing itself, and then like, as soon as you set it off, it just prevents you from possibly even getting through there.
I will say that so far, this castle has done a good job of separating us without my assistance. So I'm learning to stay close.
About getting impaled or something too, but I was like, I just want to make sure, like, because if the doors had opened, but then these things came down and we avoided them, like, cool. Well, now we just move them out of a fucking way we go through.
So any weird holes in this other door?
What other door?
There's no other door. The
Oh,
other way is just older.
Just a dusty path.
Any other weird holes in these doors? Alright.
You go down that?
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a stealth roll and make a with advantage and make a
20.
perception.
I guess I'll take my natural 20. So I go to 30, and then perception is an 18. So natural 30, and then 18 for perception.
natural 20, which makes
yeah,
it
I know,
30.
actually, and then
Alright.
18 for perception. I'm looking all crazy at this shit.
So before the next part, I'm gonna take a quick little break.
Cool.
Take a little break. You need bathroom and need drinks. Before we get to that, we'll be right back, everybody. We'll be right back. Duck.
Yes.
Ducky?
I didn't need those little hearing hairs in my ear.
Thank you.
I knew that door was trapped all along.
That?
What? What are you doing?
I'm gonna move Scott. I think I want to move him to favorites on my BattleNet friends list. So I'll see him.
Hey man, I'm glad you're playing Destiny on the PC, man.
Because he finally added me as a friend, and
Oh, yeah.
Wiley's like, well, that's good, because you guys have to do the friend quest together.
Oh, did he invite you?
Oh, yeah, because you used Wiley's, I think.
Yeah.
And so the other one available was
He's
Scott.
using, yeah. Good. It's cool. The ship is cool. I'm still using it. It's my favorite ship.
Which I told him, I was like, I think it's kind of funny because Scott was here just last week, and I never met him.
Oh, yeah.
I saw him from across the bar, but like usually either him and Wiley and his lady were like talking and stuff.
Yeah.
And, like me and my lady. So like it just never came around to be like, hey, we should probably meet each other because
Right.
we're gonna have to play a game together.
Yeah. We're going to spend some time together. What, Bandy? Bandy, cover your conscience.
What you doing, Bandy?
Kill.
It wasn't too hard to make the commitment to play on PC. Like I've been talking to him for a while that I was thinking about doing it. It's just I also have it on the PS4. So
I'm getting spoiled though. Like I don't really want to play by myself anymore.
I noticed you're on Overwatch, and I jump on. I'm like, should I like say something?
Well, before I go on Overwatch, I try to see if you're on it.
Yeah.
If you're on Destiny, I was like, oh, he's not on Destiny. I'll just play some Overwatch.
So when I jump on, should I ping you?
Like every fucking time. Either
yeah,
I can
by
or
the
I
way,
can't.
I'm wearing my. It's not even like you can or can't. It's this is the Ace of Spades exclusive shirt.
Yeah, nice.
You joined just after this ended.
Yeah, I know. That's fine.
The Thunderlord one also ended.
I got the Thunderlord.
The Thunderlord shirt.
Oh.
So they did this thing in the game, and I think it's really cool, where they tie like events in the game or things you do in the game. So this shirt, it costs $777,777.
I think it's $7,777,777.
Which it's a lot of money, whatever it is.
Well, congratulations. Money well spent. It's a great shirt.
It's 7 sevens.
It's 7 sevens. So if you accomplish the thing in the game, it turns into a $20 or $30 shirt, whatever it is.
That's cool.
And you can buy it. So this one was if you get Ace of Spades, if you complete the quest to get the Ace of Spades.
I did do the Ace of Spades
but
quest.
you joined
after
October. It was only for like the first month. If you got Ace of Spades in the first month of Forsaken release, Thunderlord. If you got Thunderlord before season 4 ended, you could buy the long sleeve Thunderlord shirt.
Oh, okay.
Basically, if you got it and bought the shirt before yesterday.
Before the 27th.
That's cool though, because now the shirt's like you can't get it anymore.
You can't get it. So there's only going to be people and some people don't care about like the physical showmanship of that.
It is pretty cool gimmick.
But I'm like, that's pretty cool. Like I could have a shirt
exclusiveness.
Right, like me and him are going to have it.
They've had achievement ones too that like
the triumphs.
Like at the end of Destiny 1. They had, like, if you score a certain amount on the Age of Triumph, like a certain score, and it wasn't even, like, the max score. It was, like, maybe a 2/3 or something.
I stopped playing after Oryx, and I couldn't get it.
It's like it looks like a coat of arms. The first one is like a coat of arms. It's on a blue shirt. And it has my gamer tag on the sleeve.
Really?
Which is an option you can choose. It's like a couple dollars extra, but it's like, what?
Hell yeah.
Well, yeah.
Do they even give that
That's
option?
fun.
I don't think so with those.
Would there be some shit if you had it on your sleeve and didn't even know it was your...
I saw something earlier on my sleeve. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Because then they did it again. They did it again for the first year of Destiny 2. Like, basically same thing. Like, it's another, like, Triumph shirt. That if you score a certain amount of score, like you can get it. I got that one too.
Yeah, sure, just get tattoos. Just be done with it.
Well, eventually I might get a Destiny tattoo. Depends how well the franchise does.
Actually, I feel like we should just wait until the next Olympics and if curling happens again. We should just fucking get curling tattoos.
Dude, I still need to get my Eagle tattoo. I need to get my curling
Kids do
tattoo.
curling?
No,
we haven't done it
really
ourselves. I like curling.
I have liked curling for a very long time. Like
curling.
It's a brilliant like this sport is way more than what people give it credit. Like they're just pushing shit across ice.
No, but it's giant shuffleboard. It's got some physical parts to it. Sweeping, pushing.
I would absolutely play with you guys.
So
Are you kidding me?
I've
love
always
shuffleboard.
dug curling, and in this last Olympics, everyone is
I was gonna say
fucking into it. I'm like, yes.
So always I was like, I like curling. And all
I
my
have
friends
my
and family,
sliding
everybody.
shoe now.
Everyone's always like,
And my non-sliding shoe now. I'm fucking
every time I tell people I like curling, they're like,
Fucking really curling.
You
hit your
really
folks.
curling.
Isn't there 4-man teams? So let's start a curling team.
There used to be.
So this year was the first time that I ever ran into like other curling fans, like Darcy's is full of curling fans. By the time the Olympics were over, we had all become experts. We know where the stones come from. We know
No. There used to be curling in Arizona.
People were asking us like, "How's it scored?" And I'm like,
a long time
"You
ago.
should ask." You explain the whole thing.
Yeah,
Everyone's
we
like,
have to go up to Phoenix.
Like we were making other people be curling fans. I was like running a group of curling fans. It was a lot of fun. It was so much fun.
Wasn't the American curling team like just some guys?
No,
from
he's
a
not
bar?
just some guy. So this
it was the first. It's a long thing, but it was the first mixed doubles year.
Mixed doubles it was the first time mixed doubles.
First years, like you had a man-woman, two-man teams,
and they were brother-sister couple from fucking Wisconsin.
Yeah, and then the brother, well, I think they were both the woman was on the woman's team, the guy was on the man's team, but the American team did fucking really well.
Yeah, he looked like Mario.
Well, there's a lot of curling clubs, just like equestrian clubs.
Yeah.
You all these things going on.
Oh, that looked weird.
So,
welcome back to the show, everybody.
There's a dog down there, everyone.
There it
He's a
is,
real
there it
beast.
is.
what I call it.
Bandolier.
So he had actually, he's not your typical curler. He's like a drinker. He's loud. He's fast,
Welcome
with a
back
mustache.
to Curling Podcast.
Yeah.
The Olympic curling podcast.
He was kind of not like shunned
Terrible
by
idea.
the
You want to
community,
set that
but
up
kind
next
of.
Olympics?
Kind of do.
Did he be shunned? They were
We're
like,
totally gonna just
I'm
live
in.
stream the
He's like,
Olympics
"My own club,
and
then.
talk
Fuck you
about
guys."
curling.
He's on club.
We
Went
should
to Olympics in the
start it
first
when
year.
they do like a
Brought
world
his sister,
championship
brought everybody with
in
him.
off season.
And everyone was like, "Oh fuck," because he basically
Yeah.
he'd been
Just
to
two drunk guys watching curling and trying to commentate on it. Like,
brothers with
Yeah, who do you think you are?
fuck
Happy
yourself.
Gilmore? Get out of here.
He's like, "Go fuck yourself." He's like, "All right, fine, fuck you guys. This is what we do all day, every day. Fuck it." So he started his own club, and then they went. They got gold. They got like 3 different golds and 2 different silvers, and it was amazing.
They did get gold.
Yeah,
That's
they had 2
awesome.
different goals. They got
Right.
mixed doubles gold and whatever. Sorry, go ahead.
that's right. So You got really good. You got a 30 on your stealth check. What'd you get on your perception?
18.
All right.
Yeah.
Not quite as good as 30, but it's still pretty
18 is a great roll. This is 5th edition, you know. Like
Right.
we're not supposed to like rolling above 15 is like wow, right?
Bless you. You only get one.
Bahubles. Bahubles.
Bahu what?
Oh, what? No, Bahumat.
I'm gonna remove my own inspiration.
The bad guys get
I feel
inspiration
like
for
we
that.
just lost inspiration. That
The
was
bad
so
guys
bad.
get inspiration for that.
That was so bad. We all lose inspiration.
I apologize.
GM makes a joke. It doesn't kill everybody. Everybody
You
suffers.
make your way through this dusty old chamber. Like it gets thick. Like it is dust, inch thick.
Thick.
Not with a double C.
Not with a double C. No.
Okay, sorry.
So
The rabbit twax.
you make your way through this, and there's no way to not leave like prints through this. Like
And you get it back.
your boots are shedding the it's cutting through the dust, but you are leaving a path through this dust.
I'm not.
You are.
My boots.
are.
I know.
My boots
I know what they are. They're
no
cutting through, and they're not
different
nothing
from
sticking to it. But they
They
are
no,
leaving.
make no sound. Damn it!
Right,
Sorry, I thought it made
there's trying
no
stuff.
effect. No, sorry, I thought it said made no effect, but it's make no sound. Sorry.
So,
D&D
you.
arguments.
Yeah. Thanks, rules lawyer. No, yeah, I know. You're like,
He's not that.
how dare? No one here is a rules lawyer except for sometimes Robert.
Well,
When it's only when it benefits
to my
him.
benefit. Yeah. Wait.
But wait, it says right
I'm
here.
pretty sure.
I can hit him with I can push him back a 5-foot step every round.
Yeah.
The reason I know that that's the truth is because you never do it for anybody else. It's only for you. You're like, my sword has 19 attacks.
Well, I'm
That's not
sorry
true.
for studying my character sheet.
Oh,
Maybe you guys
Jesus
should
Christ.
see what your characters
Hey.
can do.
Oh.
Study, you piece of shit.
Uh,
Continue
You
down the
do
moldy
not-
hallway.
It opens up into a landing fairly abruptly, and you're sneaking, so you're hugging the side and all this. And on that landing, fairly close, over to the side, you see stone railing and the central chamber. And to the right, you see a massive, wide staircase with two massive dwarven statues. But most importantly,
level?
oh yeah, he's
Just
right there.
they're
Like
just
they're
on
right
this.
there.
What's wrong?
But most importantly, there are people strewed about the staircase, the first layer up. You see,
Ballroom downstairs.
there is a woman in high-level World of Warcraft robes. Like she looks high level. She's in robes. They're red. She's pacing before the staircase.
She's not a ghost.
No, she is not a ghost. Definitely not. Sitting on the staircase, kind of like he's on like 2 or 3 steps up, and he's sitting forward. He's a pretty massive gentleman, probably 6'6", 6'8". Could be his armor. Could be that. He is in black, full plate armor with like a red, metallic trim. And he's leaning on a massive maul. He looks like an evil knight of some type. And then strewn about on the stairwell, and then the areas around them are what look to be laborers and fighters or mercenaries. Most of them have red sashes or red, armbands or red motif to their clothing and armor, and they just kind of like looks like they're resting or recovering here, coalescing, and the woman is pacing angrily back and forth.
What is the size of the group number?
There's about 12 of them,
Not 12 of them. Do I
Including
including the
lady.
two.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I recognize any of them from the guard post before we entered Castle Never?
No.
These people didn't follow us. They didn't know
None of these people look familiar to you.
Perfect. But it's weird that they're posted right where we want to be. So I'm going to come back and skinny that information.
Oh shit.
You gonna keep an eye on them and message back, or are you gonna?
Yes, absolutely. No. So sorry.
No,
I will message that. Sorry.
These guys are.
Lord Savage.
Some people might accuse me
of
of Monty Hall, but these are
Usually.
very new
He's
players,
got both of our people.
and they don't have all their abilities in their mind at all times. So you message back that this.
There are 12 people, a giant knight, a pacing woman. They don't look familiar.
And I tell my cohorts after he messages me.
Oh.
All right.
So everyone's
So-
like, we're all informed.
My hand
So-
doesn't smell funny.
You're like all concerned.
Well, you're like,
Everyone smell their hands. So the three of you,
I've been working with kids all day. I wash my hands, took a shower.
can now discuss this information you just got.
Now we did find notes from. Well,
You researched a lot about who is in this castle.
yeah, Thayans, huh?
Oh, the what is the red?
The Red Wizard.
Wizards of Thay.
Ah, no.
Where is all that stuff?
Oh God, it's in the Discord channel.
It's
I'm there.
real
I'm
deep.
just. I'm
It-
scrolling upwards.
We talked
It's
a
like
lot of
3
shit.
weeks ago. Yeah, we do talk a lot of shit.
Well, from what we learned,
it's where we ordered food.
they're a
to-
magocracy and they enslave. They seem to be pretty bad dudes.
And so there's Wonder Monsters, Ghost Trap, Security Adventures.
Wait,
Castle.
who are you?
Son of Alagor.
Am I seeing this
But
through
they
my
have
night
gray
vision?
cloaks.
Yeah.
They're unlit. They're just walking around in the dark.
There are some torches. Some of the people are holding torches, or they've set them into things.
How long has it been since I quaffed my potion?
Hours.
Well, I don't know.
Well, I don't either. We'll just see. I'm just curious. I'm starting to get used to my night vision eyes.
No,
when I need to
sorry.
get ready to
This
ask
time in
about
red.
it.
That's what I looked at, and I was like, oh, but it's like a moon elf.
A moon elf
lich.
lich and grand wizard of Thay made a play to take the city. Having failed, she and her cohorts set up shop in the castle. The nation of Thay is a tyrannical Machiavellian magocracy founded on slavery, necromancy, and murder.
All right, that's probably who we're looking
Yeah.
at.
So
And it could be the ousted, like the people that stayed in the apartments you were at 2 floors down from here.
it could be lots of stuff, GM.
But the woman does not look dead. So that's a good sign. But she may also be masking her appearance if it's the actual lich.
These guys don't
You
know
don't
that I'm dead. I look alive.
Well,
You're dead inside.
we also could be making assumptions. These also could be
The Sons of Alagor.
Yes, thank you. That's exactly. I didn't know I was thinking about that. So
Though they were
I don't think
more akin to wear gray cloaks than
Let's
red
say
bands
they
or anything
call
like that.
themselves Grey Cloaks. I don't.
Well, it might be just extra spooky to scare off something else.
Oh.
I'm just saying.
Put that anywhere. Bandy, get it. Bandy, get it.
It bounced off my
Eat it.
foot, went that way.
Eat it, Bandy. Oh.
This definitely sounds more like it could be this Grand Wizard of Thay.
We can't just go in chucking
Well,
fireballs.
when it says Moon Elf Lich and Grand Wizard of Thay, having failed she and her cohorts, is the she the Grand Wizard?
Yes.
Or is okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we might be seeing the Grand Wizard, we don't know where the
Or
Moon
just
Elf
one of her
Lich.
minions.
Well, then there's also the dude in the black armor and the
Uh-huh.
big maul, you said?
Yes.
No, you might have your chance.
I've had like 30 ideas for these guys, but I'm not using them yet.
All right. So you've passed your time to message him back, but you could also discuss.
Mm-hmm.
So
I can back up and come back and talk to you guys about it.
Well, I get like
you might want to keep an eye on them because you don't want them coming towards you.
It's a cantrip, isn't it? You can just keep messing.
Can
You-
I just
you
keep
could.
being like, message, hey.
But I want the 3 that are back to discuss.
Yeah.
You
You,
guys discuss.
you have also
without-
you have already all 3 of you have just done what we just did. You have brought up the Red Wizards of Thay that you researched and the Sons of Alagorn and the all other manner of these threats that they could have been. So now it's time for discussion
So,
of
let's pretend
what
we
it is.
want to go up those stairs. Let's pretend that's what we want. We want to go up there.
Pretend. That's
I know,
what you want.
I know, but I'm just saying, let's pretend we want to go up there, and we want to go up there uninhibited, and we want to come back down when we're done. What do we do to make this go away?
We can
Alright,
ask
so-
them to
so-
go.
Just real quick, do we need to talk like as if it's just me, Robert, and Ayasa?
We can
He's-
we can skinny
Can
this
we-
because I'm literally
Can you
talking to
message
my
me,
brain.
everyone, like, hey, update?
Yeah, so he can check in with message every once in a while. So let's go ahead and have a open discussion about it.
Alright.
That's what I'm saying. Is that we
You're
can
gonna
do this right now.
Yeah, you can fill him in with his when he's
Yeah.
messaging. You can keep him tied in.
So I agree with Ayasa, definitely not the GM, telling you that you want to stay there and keep an eye on these guys because we're going to need to know if they
That's
move
fine.
or
We're
not.
doing that. The next part is what are we going to do about this? There are 12 guys. There's somebody very scary on the stairs, somebody very scary in front of the stairs, and then Robert's also not paying attention. So
No, I'm listening.
I know what I'm saying. So if we want to go up there, we have to do something. We either have to fight them openly, we have to distract them, or we need to destroy them in one fell swoop.
Or we
Talk
could
to
talk to them.
Or we could talk to them. I completely
They are
argue
mortal
against
people.
stalking. I argue against stalking with them.
But
They are here for the same
you-
reasons that we are.
right, no one that lives here is a good guy. I just want to point that out. But that doesn't mean that they're an attack on sight
That's true.
kind of people.
The
We
reason I
talked to
asked was
that
that.
one weird old guy and he sold us shit.
Well, I also asked if we had seen these people before.
We haven't seen them.
We have
No,
not
that's true.
seen these people before.
You don't know. You don't know what.
These
you
are
can walk
brand
forward
new.
and they could just start opening fire on
The
you.
problem is they look frustrated. They look angry. They look ready to pop. And they're at the base of the door we want to go through, or at least the stairwell.
The stairwell.
So they might. They're encountering a trap like we've seen, a block of some kind, and they're frustrated. They're angry. If we show up, we're not human. We look crazy. We're in a dungeon full of monsters. If we walk up there, we will be attacked.
So, Ayasa's suggestion, I'm going to throw this right at the beginning so that it's an option on the table. She wants to go back to the tree room and hang out, rest, meditate, and then we can check back in a couple days. That's her. That's
I mean,
whatever.
Dude, Castle Never is massive. A couple days
But
is
they
nothing.
also may
Come
come right this way. They may come right towards that area. They may run into you at that point. You'd have to keep a constant watch on them. But she's saying, yeah, let's just avoid them. Let's go back to where we were. We know how to get back here unless the castle changes that. And we'll rest. That's her suggestion out there.
I can, if we want to proceed, knock out quite a few with sleep.
As
By
much
quite a-
as
By quite a few, I mean like 4.
2, 3 of the laborers.
Maybe 4.
as much as we've been avoiding things now, I think everyone should be prepared to fight. Just be prepared.
Fucking Trump over here.
Also remember,
It's like, forget everything I said in the campaign.
you guys
It's
never
time to
rested.
Yeah.
You never rested after he was wounded from the door.
Well, yeah, so you and I are the ones that are hurt.
Yeah.
I think you're good, though.
And he used...
I think I'm down 10. Yeah, I'm down 11.
Yeah.
I'm
and
down
he used-
5. Yeah.
You used charges from your wand. I didn't mark them.
Used one.
Okay.
I haven't
So,
marked on this.
But
so you can mark it on your...
let's not
Click
forget.
with the wand and hit one of the charges.
Let's not forget that evil forces have been set against to ruin our path. They might be after what we're. They might. Their whole objective might be to find that damn map on the floor of the Dwarven Embassy and acid wash it away.
We are formidable to a point. We are here for a reason. We exact our purpose. But our purpose is not open battle. The more we fight, the weaker we become. It makes more sense to walk away occasionally.
If they go up those stairs, though, we cannot. We have to confront.
They're
them.
not going up the stairs. I'm saying this through you, by the way.
Yeah.
We're not
No,
going
just
up
discuss
this,
as-
Yeah, we're not going up the stairs. We're watching them sit at the base of the stairs we wish to rise.
No, they've been up those stairs and checked
They
out the
have
room, but there was
given up
nothing
on
there
those
for
stairs. They are frustrated with those
This-
stairs.
I agree. All I'm saying though is, if we wait out and we see them start going up those stairs, we might want to intervene.
If they are the Red Wizards of Thay, we know that they try to find places to bunker down. We've seen their apartments. If they go up into the door of an embassy and find it strong and accommodating, they could set camp up there.
As much as I hate to admit it, perhaps it is time for a rest. You guys should back up. I will take the first 2 watches in my post, and then somebody can relieve me nearby. We can watch them for a day.
How's Ayasa's stealth? Because I imagine you have to stealth like he did just to get in.
You don't have to get where I'm at to see what's happening now that we know where they're at and what we're looking for. Alright. We can watch them from a little bit of a distance.
No, like the hallway, like you have to get close to the exit of that hallway.
So, what does it mean if I ignore a period of rest?
You'll start getting fatigue, which gives you negatives on all your rolls.
Okay. I'll take it tonight. I will take the... What do you think about this?
So the rest of us be resting, and
you guys rest. I will stay awake for the watch, for the full night, for the full rest. You guys can take a full rest, but I'll be...
The only one that really needs it though is Rolfrus and you.
It's not the need for the rest. It's the need for the time to advance. We need to fast forward a day. We need to see what these people are doing, where they're going, what's going to happen next. It has nothing to do with like our injury.
We can see what they're about right now.
Yeah.
We can just go see. You're right, but it might make more sense to just hang out and wait.
What if you threw a rock or something and see how they react?
They will react with, "Oh, what was that?" And then where did it come from? Where it came from is where I'm at. Yeah, well, exactly.
Except
is
for
where I'm
if you
at.
throw it not where you're at.
God damn it! You throw it where it's not is at.
It's how you got through the Shadow Demons.
No, it's how I got through Shadow Demons. I'm not pressing my luck. Listen, I'm the unluckiest rogue you guys have ever met.
Oh, yeah.
I
You can
really-
find some way around them.
I know how to
create
do
a
it. It's
version.
not- God damn it,
And then with the rest of us can
Just think-
sneak up the stairs, and you are skilled enough to sneak around and
I
follow
am.
the
It's not the
stairs.
point.
Ooh,
It's
that's
not
a good one.
I don't want you to follow
What are you
me.
looking at?
I just want to see
Ninth
how
level spells?
on edge are they. Like
Yeah.
if you make noise somewhere else in the chamber, or like, is this person who looks like to be in charge going to like command like half this crew to be like,
All right.
fucking go see what that shit is? They know that there's other people in here. Like they know they're not alone.
All right. My lord commands. So
Well, he hasn't commanded shit. He's just brought up
Man, I'm
a...
just suggesting an idea.
he's making a good
That would
point.
be
And
so
I
dramatic.
do know what to do. So.
Because you can make a noise in the distance without them being like, oh, clearly someone must have been throwing it that's stealth right over there.
Of course, they are wizards. They hear a noise, even you're hiding, they could just cast a spell and know exactly what is over there.
Well, pessimistic Pete over here doesn't have
Oh.
the same confidence.
I think you mean magic casting Mike, and yeah, he has a really good idea about what's going on over there. All right, I do know what I want to do though. So
If we rest, I don't know. I don't want you to roll in negatives.
for one round, we can rest afterwards. We gotta get past this big, but I do have a plan for, despite the heavy breathing of our GM.
You think you can handle this? I don't see any objection.
Alright.
Bahut bless.
Ooh, sorry.
I definitely
Sorry,
want to
Ron.
do Ayasa's, like,
All right,
go back
So-
to that room and rest for a couple days. Like,
we
that who knows what we're going to run
we
into.
can't do that. We can't do that. So
Like... So there's only a couple ways out of that room that they're in. You know, either they come towards you, they go away from you, or they go up to where you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gambling for a
We're looking-
33% chance of them doing the exact thing you want them to do,
Yeah.
which is to move away from you.
yep, nope.
But the other 33% chance is they go to where you want to go, and you're still going to have to encounter them, and they may screw you over in your endeavor to them coming right upon you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, those are the three kind of ways out of this, unless they have some other weird...
And no
mode of
attack that I'm gonna
transportation.
Natural 20 stealth up to the wizard-looking lady with a
Yeah.
knife to her neck
That's
and
what I
say,
do.
"Hey,
Steal their
do.
pencils.
No.
Hold them right.
It's a
I think we should talk to them.
It's a fun misdirection.
All right.
Okay,
Okay, so hold on. You're just gonna do this, whatever.
I'm gonna do this.
Okay.
What
Without-
an underhanded son of a bitch.
Any input? Any okay from your
I don't
lore?
give a shit what they have to say.
Oh.
I'm the
You
rogue.
lose inspiration.
I'm the fucking rogue.
did you just say use inspiration?"
I said you lose inspiration because he's been all about Lord Savroth, what he wants and what he does.
But I'm pretty
But
sure
that was-
what I have
yeah.
to do is going to be what is going to have to happen. So I'm going to get up high enough that I can throw to the layer below us. Underneath me, but like with a handful of shit. So it's just like,
So you want to sneak out from this hallway, get over to the railing, and throw something below you, and then hide again.
I actually thought I was already in the railway. So if I'm in the hallway,
You're in a hallway, and
Perfect.
the railway is
Then
over
what I'm
there.
gonna do is
the railing is over there.
over the gap, I just want to throw a whole handful of stuff so that it lands kind of a level below us. Just
So like these, like the central chamber is massive. So if you're just gonna like be from over here and try to toss over the ledge, that shit's not gonna hit anything for floors and floors and floors, if not ever. It may start falling straight down and hit some balcony 20 floors below you.
let me sneak out of the hallway
Over to the railing.
to the railing.
Okay.
Stealth check with advantage.
Yep.
Oh dang!
What'd you get?
26.
Oh, all people.
Oh, damn.
I couldn't
was
see
thinking
your
like
actual
seven.
copper one or whatever, so I was like, I don't know what to roll, but that one's not good.
26. So I made it. To the railing.
Well, I mean,
I made it to the railing.
you made it to the railing. Whether you got spotted or not, you don't know.
Perfect. Who cares? So,
No one seems to react.
all right. So rather than throw below or around or whatever, I do want to take the scraps or whatever. I want to throw them and hit them on the railing edge straight across from me. So it sounds like things are coming from below. Like what was that?
The throw is impossible
Damn it.
to a cross. You can throw straight down from where you were at and hit a balcony below you.
Let's see, that was something bigger. It's like a... Okay, instead of like...
Yeah, and you can throw it. You can throw it like so. You're backed against a wall on a railing.
Like instead of this, I want to throw that. Be like,
Yeah, and you want to throw it down below you and at an angle.
I just want to hit the below level loud enough for everybody to be like, "What was that?"
Okay, that's fine.
Sorry.
Are you gonna
Maybe
try
a handful
to?
of stuff.
Are you going to try to make it? Are you going to try to hide where you're at, or make your way back to the hallway?
I'm gonna stay where I am.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna make the sound over there and hope.
All right.
Make the sound below.
Below.
You.
So he's.
So they will look your direction, but down.
I'm all the way in. Now I'm just throwing a layer down to make everybody look and hear and like maybe somebody's here.
Wouldn't that?
Yeah, I would do all of that.
Wouldn't that ruin our?
Yes, me. It will ruin my position if anybody gets wise.
So this is the hallway that comes out into the big open chamber. This arrow shows where the people are. They're up here. You're gonna sneak over to this corner over here where the railing is.
Yep.
You're gonna throw down, kind of below, down there, and something like crash down below you.
This is very correct.
Okay.
Okay.
Throwing?
Yeah, make your throwing. Like, I want to see how well you...
Is that acrobatics?
No, it's just a 2-hit. You have proficiency in throwing stuff, so it's just your dex plus your proficiency bonus. As if you look at your throwing daggers or your bow. Not the magic property of the bow, but...
Little Brandy. You'd be so sad when you get old and things.
Yeah, that's alright, cool.
Why are you bringing up death and shit about Dan Bandy over there?
I've actually had quite a few deaths this past week, actually.
Wait, did he get advantage or no?
No, he doesn't get advantage.
I'm proficient, but I'm not. 15.
sorry.
15 minutes. I mean, it's a floor. It's not going anywhere. So you throw it down there. You crouch back down. There's a big delay. Like you throw it, and these floors are pretty wide apart. The woman whips her head around, and she looks directly at the entrance across. The third entrance, so not the stairs up, not the ones you came from. She looks there. So she's not looking down. She's not looking at the railing. She's looking at the other, this way. And then, that armored person gets up, springs to action with that maul, and, slides in front of her. While all the other people, you can definitely tell who's the laborers or the scribes or the whatever, the acolytes versus the mercenaries or warriors, as most of the mercenaries and warriors pick up weapons or draw weapons and kind of move forward to where the knight is.
There you go. I've readied everybody.
Yeah, you put them
where
on.
the other people kind of cower back or hide, but they're all looking at that opposite exit. And they wait for a terse couple minutes, and then the armored person motions to 2 mercenaries, and he points, and those 2 mercenaries go to start heading out towards that exit.
Okay.
Oh, they head towards the opposite exit.
So it looks like you called it earlier. They're pacing. They're on edge about something, and whatever that something is, they think it's going to come. When they heard that thing below them, they immediately targeted that direction.
So it's the opposite direction in which we will be coming.
Mm-hmm.
So they do not like that direction.
And I can make the sound way worse.
But if they don't like that direction,
That means if they're going to move from there, the
They
odds
either
are
come here or go upstairs if we wait.
up those stairs or towards us.
ding, ding, ding.
Okay, I had huge doubts about what you were doing. That's actually really helpful
Inspiration. You get inspiration back.
Yay! What an underhand.
So yeah, you can pretty much tell that they're not going to go back that direction. So if you're going to wait this out, they're going to come towards you, or they're going to go the direction you want to go.
And you haven't,
Well, I can say just from player knowledge, the GM's not going to let us walk up those fucking stairs.
well, I mean, hold on. Well, look, these are
us.
No. These are people. These are people. They're organization. They have a goal. We don't know what that goal is, but I mean, even if they're evil shits, I mean, we might be able to work something out. I mean, it's possible. Or we'll get in a crazy fight. But what other option do we have? I don't know.
We can offer them Mayasa as a sacrifice.
It's true. We can offer it.
Don't need her anymore.
Yeah.
We did make it.
She served her purpose.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's just we have a bad. Mitch and I have a bad history with
NPC rapport. They don't have a Laverna Chronicles.
Like, who the fuck is
Oh,
you and I do.
Yeah.
Shira Kashana? Shani. Oh, Shani. Yeah, that's
She can't even remember her
I want to say
name.
the best
I'm
NPC,
saying I
like,
touched her name earlier on purpose, but
best
Blah, blah, blah.
NPC relation I can remember is our first Rifts game. I had a decent one with Daisy when Daisy was around, but that's because me and her had a history.
Daisy's the one that got us into trouble.
I was
She
like,
fucking failed
Daisy's
her.
my girl.
Dude, Daisy was a bad pilot and got us into a lot of trouble.
She wasn't a bad pilot. She got shot out of the sky saving your asses.
That's what a bad pilot does.
What?
All right. So we still need to decide what to do.
Yep. You have more information.
Good
Those
information.
two people come back, and eventually they seem to be on more alert. But they kind of everyone settles back down, and they put a couple people on watching that exit.
Yeah. Shit.
We have
Now,
I apologize.
we have ways of making it through large people, a group of people. We have like Greece,
But if you try to plow through or do anything like that, like
we could offer. We could if. Okay, here's what I'm thinking, my lord. If there's something that they, assuming you're getting this information, I don't know. If there's something over there that is causing them stress, they might have a need to get through there. We might be able to offer assistance with that in exchange for we need to go somewhere else.
Okay, I hear what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
our appearance will
We have ways.
cause a certain reaction
Yeah,
before we
sure.
get to the discussion phase.
Yeah. Well, we also have magical telepathy.
I think we have more or
telepathy.
less. I
It
think,
took a second. I'm like, what the fuck is telepathy?
I think
Oh,
we basically have two options of this.
I'm not a wizard. Okay.
it's okay. No, I get it.
You can. Well, okay.
I was gonna say, I think we have the option to try to talk to them, which I'm not confident about. That
I don't like
option.
I don't like it either. But
Two, there is the option to hang back, keep watches. Obviously, not necessarily where they are, but like we can look down like the hallway, and like if someone comes around the corner, be like, "Fuck, someone's coming." My question with the hanging back and watching for them or something.
Do a big cough. Let it all out.
that's
Also-
so funny. Sorry.
We could also distract them the same way you're talking about. Where we could cast and defend against a certain specific area that make them move away from the staircase.
They seem the miniony type. I don't know if they'll all move.
You're right. They are organized.
Oh, Jesus.
There's plenty of room over there.
Oh,
For the folks at home, that he didn't have to do that. He chose to do that.
So part of me is
I'm
wondering
like uncomfortably warm on my side now. What?
if we decided to let's let them figure out their stuff. Let's maybe back up and take a rest. Are we able to set any
Defenses?
traps or something to kind of let us know that something is moving our
We have an
way?
alarm spell.
I would double inspiration you right now for just remembering Iyasa's toolkit.
No, it's a very important spell to remember.
Yeah. She has an alarm spell.
yeah.
She can alarm an area or that to know if you go through it.
Here's my issue with that. If they do it, either that happens, or we'll deal with what comes may. But if they go up the stairs, I mean, as a soldier, we're going to be fighting a literal uphill battle upstairs if we
That's not
need to go
good.
through that.
And you don't know what they will do. If your prize is up there, they may not care about it. They may not even know about it.
Yeah.
But in that, they already possess it,
Mhm.
or they may wantonly destroy it in some way. And if they're fleeing from something, and they go up and draw whatever they're fleeing from up there as well,
They're going to be putting up traps and alarm spells
and then you're going to have whatever chases them up there to fight. You don't want your enemy to possess what you want,
no.
or to be in that area.
So with that being said, it sounds like whatever we do, we need to do something sooner rather than later.
I agree.
Which means either we try to talk to them, or we just straight up attack them.
Worked great with the werewolf hunters. We tried to talk, and they didn't want to talk, and then we killed them.
No, they did want to talk. They wanted you to help them track down the werewolf.
Yes, the details are not
Right.
important.
No, we helped them. We totally helped them track down that werewolf girl.
I was saying, talking about the hunters, because
Yeah.
the hunters just wanted our help, and we just
And we gave it to them.
yeah,
We'd just be unwittingly helping them.
Man.
So, yeah.
So basically, after something he just said, it seems like whatever we do, we should probably do it now, rather than try to take a rest and
I think we
wait
could.
anything out.
I think we could afford a rest, but
You could afford a short rest, at least.
a regroup is dangerous.
That is also true.
Because if he
'Cause
comes back,
You
he has
did
to
just
make
alert
another-
them
Mm-hmm.
to
oh
something.
god, you did.
Oh God.
Oh, God.
Oh
God.
Oh god. You
Oh, my God.
Cheesy Pete.
So, let's have a decision. I mean, we got like an hour left.
Hi, I am Leet.
Oh,
I am
Hey.
Prime.
What do you think?
I'm
I am
Lee
Lee
Prime.
Prime.
He probably just started watching.
Just tuned in.
Don't try to recap the last 2 hours of session.
What do I think about what?
No, they're stuck in a sticky situation.
1337.
Hey, I'm Prime. If you're listening, why don't you type the word pathetic for us?
Wait,
real quick?
what? Why would
I
you
don't know.
do
Could it just
that?
be fun? I just want to see if he's here.
He's there.
Who's not here?
They said something. I am Leet Prime.
Oh man! All right. Hey!
Oh.
Hey!
Someone got called out.
Yeah, you. I told you did it. It's all good.
right.
I was getting called out.
Oh gosh, I think
Sorry
So
for
what
my
do you
red
guys want
nose.
to do? Rochambeau for who goes and talks to them, or
We're going to talk to them?
It took.
We should not
We
talk to them.
have been drinking. It took us a while to
whoops.
decipher it, but
Did I
we
make
all
that
know lead
decision on
speak.
my own? Just kidding.
I don't know what else we can do other than talk to them and see if we can work something
Well,
out.
so
No.
do you want to go the short rest method? But then you're gonna have to sneak out with them on alert now, which is fine. I mean, you could do it.
You're the
You have
boss.
advantage.
My thing is that they look apprehensive. They look angry. They look ready for a fight.
We can safely reach out to them.
There we go.
All right.
Try talking, but yeah, right. We have message. We have magic on our side here.
Listen.
We can communicate to them safely.
Hey,
You got it. You got it. Prime's the deciding vote. So
we could
go.
send
Let's go talk to them.
Frost out there to talk to them.
We should.
Sure, you could do
We're
that.
gonna talk.
Arrows.
We're talking.
So if
Charisma,
they blow all their
charisma,
load
real
on
quick.
somebody, it's
Your
him. I mean,
charisma.
he dies. He's used
My
to
charisma's
it.
And he's got a
20.
20. He's got a 20 charisma with that cape on.
Yeah.
It
So
is a fabulous game.
Did you see the
we
name
have
of the
no
cape?
bard.
I love the name of the cape.
Oh wait, what was it?
It's the Cloak of Dashing Charm.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
We
Uh-huh.
have a paladin, a rogue, arcane trickster, cleric,
and a wizard
Wizard.
as the NPC.
Well,
all right. Go talk to them, Rofrost.
Okay.
it really
Is
just
that what we're doing?
myself.
Charisma 20. I'll go with you if you need me to come.
Shouldn't we be a unified front?
We can make it sound like there's more of us.
I'll go with you. The two of us will make it sound like we have a force behind us.
Yeah, the two, like thaumaturgy and prestidigitation.
Can you
They can
make
make
a
it-
cheer behind us? Like
Well, they can make
40.
like.
Yes.
I was like, yeah, we can make sound.
Yes.
All right, fine. I'll do it. But what do we want to say to them?
My question is, do we want both of you to go though?
Yeah.
Well,
I don't. I agree that like we can't really leave him on his own.
What?
But at the same
no,
time,
hold on.
if you're like
You're the one
in
with the message.
shadows,
Who, me?
Yeah, you're the one with message. Maybe we want.
Can we set a meeting up? Can you just message this wizard and say,
I don't know if you want to get jumping right into
That's
someone's
not what he
mind.
means, but I have message, not the message to give these people.
No one's
That's
a
him.
bard yet. Yeah.
So,
So,
Robert,
but like you can
grab
message
me a-
people out there. Yasa says maybe the Lord and Rofra should go, and you should keep a message open.
I like you already. I am Lead Prime.
They are.
Boys.
I gotta say, these guys, like, it's been like 2 hours of them watching this group not go anywhere and figuring out what to do, and you show up and they're finally making a plan.
Use your fucking hands. Jesus Christ.
So they work well under pressure.
I mean, yeah, I kind of like that idea.
So the personal message is the bridge between whoever you send up front or you don't. Or you all go up and make it sound like there's more people behind you in the chamber.
You and I go up, big.
Well, yeah, for no
fucking shot.
Oh yeah, well done. Can we not do both?
Anyway.
Can we not make the marching?
You make the marching, but you want to make only 2 people go up, and maybe the other 2 people are visible.
I say we can make the marching and then have it stop.
Yeah,
and then 2 people come up.
But who's the 2?
Well, obviously he and me.
Okay. And you're going to try to keep a message open with these guys so that they can...
Well, just with him.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Now, that one is obviously a wizard of some sort.
Just do it.
Okay.
All right.
You got to risk it.
What do we want to say,
boys?
What do we want to say?
Oh, Ayasa does say, the last thing we want to do is tell them what we want here.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
It seems
Do
pretty
not
simple.
mention that we want to get up these stairs.
Well, then what do we want to say to them?
Tell them we're lost.
We're lost?
No.
My lord, I'll pretend you never said that.
Tell them that we're looking for a great dragon artifact in here.
Anything. Gold, money,
Yeah, no,
safety.
that's a
place
good idea.
to set up our forces for a week.
Listen to what I also said. We're all
A place
Dragonborn.
a place for our forces to rest for a week.
But why are we in here? That's what they're going to want to know.
Who cares what they ask?
Well, because
Because
I will
we're
have
all
to ad-lib a response.
Because we're all looking
And you
for
don't want him
something.
ad-libbing.
We're all looking for something. Sure. I'll answer the damn questions. We're all looking
But
for
you don't
something.
have a cape.
I don't.
You don't have a
I don't. His cape makes him very cute.
Very
It
attractive.
makes them
right.
My thing is
charismatic,
that
not cute.
doesn't matter what we're looking for.
powerful.
We're gonna stay right here above you for a week. Move aside. There's a lot of us.
No, that's...
I still
us
say you
look.
take Ayasa's.
We're gonna move on in a week. We're just
Hey,
gonna hang out for a
we
bit.
think that up those stairs looks like a great place to rest because it's big. It looks like a big chamber.
Yeah.
That's...
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll see
right.
apartments.
Arcane Trickster. Come on.
All
All
right.
right.
Don't listen to the rogue.
So between thaumaturgy...
This guy, he's like, fuck the rogue. I'm like, fuck this
between
guy.
thaumaturgy and
The sauce
prestidigitation...
will lead to your downfall. Oh,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
This is
Oh, look at
Bahamut.
that! Bam! He did a follow on.
Hey. All right. So, all right.
Thank you. Thank you, Lee Pratt.
Okay.
All right, you guys ready?
Let's do it.
Let's do
Here,
it.
we'll make drinks.
It's happening. Wait, we're making drinks. Are we making drinks?
Are we making drinks?
Okay.
He's
All right.
gone.
Okay, hold on.
Not for
Before
long.
no,
I'm nervous.
you don't need vodka for that. You have beer.
I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. Hey,
Are you kidding me? Look at this guy and tell me I'm not fine.
We'll read.
We're
what he
all a
says
little
to you.
bit-
I will read what he says to you.
Go tactical.
go tactical. Point out the top of the mountain. It's a tactical ninja. So, since we're at a break, we can kind of fill you in where we're at. So they're in Castle Never. This is 5th edition D&D, Forgotten Realms, Sword Coast. Castle Never has been just absolutely... It's a massive castle that was partially destroyed when Mount Hotanau erupted and the Spell Plague erupted and all this kind of stuff. It was already infested with monsters to begin with. It was too big. Like, it was made in the golden age of the Elven and Dwarven eras. It was super massive. And the humans couldn't even keep control or keep every part of it occupied. So monsters infested it at all given time.
And we found our way here because our Lord Savroth started having dreams about our Lord and Savior Bahamut. It was leading him away from the clan, from the motherland, and bringing us
To
out
save.
here. Yes.
To save the motherland, you have to go out on a quest and find something that can save the motherland. They're all Dragonborn. They're all from Timanther. And their nation is in peril. They've gotten pushed to the sea by an evil nation that's wanting to take over that land. So they found their way here with a massive magical rock that's quite possibly a piece of a god weapon
And I
that
used
they
it
need
as
to
a
refill.
weapon.
You used it as a weapon.
I clubbed that
Anyway,
guy. It was so good.
So they're in Castle Never. Massive, crazy, all kinds of evil. The people that they're going to go talk to are quite possibly Thayan, working for a Archlich Red Wizard of Thay.
Mm-hmm.
So let's
Also, just so you know that your words all show up over here. So as you type, when we look over here, we're looking at you.
Yeah. The chat's up. I look like shit. My hair's all fucked up. My nose is all red.
He's a little stick.
So you're welcome for saying your name right. I know. I know
Yeah.
how to read.
No, we all know
That
lead
happened like
speak.
an hour
We
ago,
just took
so
it.
it's all good.
We
I played Tech Priest.
So that happened quite a
I
while
was the
ago.
first one that says name.
Yeah, it was quite a while ago.
Like that.
I am Lee
Good
Prime. All right.
So, marching.
Oh, I'm Liam Prime.
Elite Prime.
No, I'm 1337 Prime. Prime?
Pre-1 me.
I
Pre-1.
am 1000.
Pre-1 me.
Alright, let's
Yeah,
focus
right.
on your conversation,
Alright.
boys.
So you guys,
Is Lee Prime.
you make the sound
Jeez,
of
he,
marching
Prona me.
troops.
Alright. Let's get the marching order.
You get the sound of marching troops. They come through the corridor. You echo it through. She even makes like little lights, so it makes look like torchlight coming through here.
Okay.
And you
That's where we
you and like they immediately react. Obviously, no one's like you guys have pulled back, so you don't see the reaction.
Yeah.
But as the two of you stride out,
Well, because they're going to stop beforehand because they're,
Yeah,
they're
right.
sending us out.
You-
how to talk. Damn it.
you two stride out, and that black armored
Got this.
man
Got this.
is standing in front of the red-robed woman, and the mercenaries are in a line before them, and the acolytes and laborers are behind, some of them up the stairs. Breaker, the half...
Well, just kidding. Anyway.
So, you guys stride forward. That
Got my cake kind of like.
that black armored clad knight
Kick your ass.
lifts up his hammer
He
one-handed,
wishes.
and as you're like coming up, he's holding it one hand, down like this. Maul, it's like your maul that you now have on your back, so you have that.
Yeah,
cool-
I got my magic sword here, but yeah, I got them all out.
And he strides through and pushes through his mercenaries and strides forward.
I
will hold your cloak like you're important.
He has a holy symbol of Helm,
does he?
and
Is it
it's
like disfigured?
broken.
Yeah, I figured this son of a bitch. Right. But I look at him. I look what he's doing. His ball. Give him a little.
He strides forward.
And dust your cloak.
Give him a little. Nice mauls, right? Aren't they great?
He looks you up and down in your armor with your holy symbol and your maul. And he,
Helm.
Helm is the
God of vigilance.
god of vigilance.
Yeah.
So the human god of vigilance.
He's the lawful neutral guardian god.
Yeah, he's the god of kind of like law,
So
vigilance.
you know his name.
Anyway.
Brofrost probably doesn't.
You have religion, don't you?
I do. I'm a paladin.
Yeah, you know. You see that symbol, you know what it is.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, I don't actually. I'm sorry.
what's your wisdom?
My wisdom is
Yeah, it's pretty good. He's
is
a
12.
paladin.
Whoa.
Okay, it's not. Never mind. All right, make a religion check.
Our fucking paladin.
I'm not a
No,
priest.
no, he is a champion
I know what
of
he
Bahamut.
is. I know what he
But
is.
Prime doesn't.
I
so.
know what he is.
That's a 15.
Oh, as you were saying.
Yeah, you're fine.
15.
You know this as a human god, that he's one of the warrior gods.
Mm-hmm.
You see that, but you see that's broken,
for you.
and you feel darkness in this person in the same way that you felt saved when Savroth resurrected you on that battlefield, you feel darkness in him that he wasn't saved.
I'll look. I give him. I give him a nod with them all, but I look to the obvious sorceress lady in charge there, and I give a Thames.
It's a super bad plan.
Ooh, you're calling him out by name. All right. Where's
There's no way this could go wrong.
Hang on, seriously, that's a strong response.
That is a strong that's a strong start. That's a strong foot forward. All right. He kind of he tilts and he steps forward and looks like he's going to respond and says, but he's quieted by the quietest voice. Even though everything here is still and silent, her words, even though she's not speaking with volume, you hear them because she's speaking silently, and it forces you to listen to her. She says, very astute of you, Paladin.
Do we all hear that?
Yes. She's one of those people that, she speaks so quietly that it makes you listen.
Alright.
Like just those two, not me.
Yeah,
not
you can.
me and
You can you guys don't hear him, but you can message back anything that's said if you want to do that.
I wouldn't do that, but I would probably hear what you thought.
Say it's quite a dangerous castle we find ourselves in. I see that we are crossing paths, your force and ours.
Intimidation check.
Okay.
You just said force.
Ooh, that's charisma based though.
Yep.
Well, you could roll better
Use your
than that.
inspiration.
No!
Oh my god. Okay, so for the Elite Prime at home, I allow inspiration checks after the fact. I allow for them to essentially be re-rolls. He has amazing charisma.
I
Does that
still
mean it's
got
the first
a
one, though, not the
17.
natural one?
You're plus 12.
I'm plus 8.
Plus 8. Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Okay, cool.
Wait, your saving
you
throw
rolled
is
a
plus
9.
8. Oh, you're proficient in
Yeah,
intimidation?
yes I am.
Oh, 17. Holy
Yeah.
crap. All right. Okay.
I don't have religion, but I have intimidation.
Yeah, right.
All right. So I'm not going to outwardly say the result of that, but you have put forward that you have a force and that she has a force, and you have made it seem like her force is whatever. Continue on with the
Respectfully
conversation.
so. Oh.
And we've crossed paths in here.
Since we have crossed paths, these halls are dangerous enough as it is, but we wish to move through. Is this going to be an issue with yours?
Can I do something offhandedly intimidating? Like click my nails or
You can. That would normally give him advantage on his roll, but he already used his inspiration. So.
Right. Okay, cool.
So a little late.
Our forces wish to move through, but we see you have a station here, it seems. This castle has been a danger to anyone who knows it. Is there I think conflict would be unnecessary. Is there a way we can move through here without inevitabilities?
Oh my. It is so fortuitous that someone has come through. We few have been through so much. And she moves forward and puts her hand on the dark paladin's shoulder and moves him back and steps forward in front of her men, in front of her paladin, toward you. And takes on a demure posture and says, "It is only by the grace of the gods that you happen upon us. We were attacked in the levels below us. We lost many of our number. They were taken prisoner horribly. Could you and your force possibly go down there and liberate our fallen comrades?"
Now hold on. Pause.
Pause. This is deep.
What did you say?
Pause.
No, what did
he
you
said
say?
we can only help their escape. Their only escape is through
So
our
we-
non-existent force.
So we can only
Or
aid
up the
their-
fucking
we can
stairs,
only aid
or
their
through the-
escape, not their advancement. We can't help them forward. We can only help them away. But she's asking for help back.
Where?
Yeah, what
Who
did she
cares
just
where?
say?
Who cares
It's
where?
not-
I
it's
care
not-
because it's
it's
either
not
upstairs, back through us.
We can't provide them escape farther away. You've already said we have a force. She wants help downstairs with some people that aren't here right now to distract us from what we're doing right now. She wants you to send your forces downstairs. We don't have any forces. So you have to refuse.
She wants someone to go liberate prisoners from whatever force took her people downstairs.
We're not here to liberate.
She's
We've seen quite a few. We've seen quite a few
Oh,
of
you're
that.
talking.
Although,
Are you
yeah.
making your
No,
answer
no,
right
no.
now?
yeah. Well, apparently,
Sorry.
Let's answer.
No,
what?
I'm sorry. I was
No, you're fine. Rofrost is
Um,
my man. Let's do it.
Go.
That's my train of thought.
Let's do it.
we've seen our fair share. Of,
We've seen quite a fair share of anti-liberation forces. I have to say, if you are so concerned about protection against such forces, I see your. I point to the armored fellow. I see. I perhaps that is not the right god you should be besmirching with your symbol there.
I laugh like Muttley.
If protection is a concern of yours,
he like drops his maul to the ground, and like starts like go forward, and she's like like puts her hand up and says,
Are we fighting with you?
"Not yet,
Posturing.
not yet. He's posturing."
He's just
Wow.
taunting the other
Fucking-
former paladin.
Yeah, I know.
Or whatever he is.
I'm gonna posture next to him and be like,
In this kind of
Encourage
It's like nails or
environment,
something.
you take company where it takes.
true. What is this?
just
What
clean
sort
the
of,
nail out of
what
your
sort
eye
of
that
beast
wasn't there.
assails you?
My eyes.
Well, you know, what sort of danger is the problem here?
Enslaving minions. They may be of the Drow Empire. I'm not sure, but they took our people and they mean to do them
Can I mean,
harm. Insight.
yeah, like,
That's still a skill, right? Insight.
yeah. Would you like to as well? You're there with me, mister.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a,
Yeah, take yours.
it's insight. I got an 11.
What'd you get?
Insight.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Down, doggy.
7.
Yeah. She seems very sincere that people of hers have been taken, and
Okay. Wouldn't be the first time we've seen the drow do that. And I pull out the
piece
banner
of the
I've been
banner.
keeping. Was it these by chance?
Ooh. I like this move.
Not the same clan. No, there's a specific male-led mercantile conglomerate.
Ah, I don't pull out a notebook, but
You recall?
I recall. Yeah. God, I mean that's all we've heard of them.
Yeah.
Yes, I've heard of them from the forces. From the oh god damn it! Sorry.
there isn't that much notes in there. Like
No,
I
I
never
know,
gave
but-
you a name of the group or anything like that. So
No, it literally just says
We heard as such from Lord
mercantile group
Daggalt.
from the-
From Lord Daggalt. Are you here from his company as well? Thayans?
make me an insight check.
Do it. We got insight.
Oh, okay.
Better.
Insight, that's an 18.
When you mentioned
Better than
Daggalt,
3. Yeah.
remember she was here to overthrow him and take over the
Uh-huh.
city.
Yeah.
She's like, "You're unless you say something else, you're about to get into a fight."
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
You just brought up like, "I'm here working for Daggalt,"
Right.
and like
Right. Right. That's enough. That's enough.
that's kind of what she heard.
Yeah.
So she's
So
just
I'm
like,
seeing her react immediately to that.
like she's starting to take steps back towards her line.
And then I scoff off. It's like, he still thinks he can take those grave cloaks. Have you seen his forces? But no matter. We're here for other reasons, as I'm sure you are here for your own. You have prisoners. It would only take a small team, but what? Are we supposed to send a force across your camp to go deal with this problem of yours and then expect everything to be fine?
Well, certainly. Actually, there's only one we're concerned about.
Is that so?
Indeed.
Well,
There's a woman that they have taken. She's important to us. You actually see the mercenaries and laborers all kind of like,
wait, what?
what? If you could, the rest, we would love to have rejoin our ranks. But this one is most important to us. If you could send a small force, a small group to parley with the drow below us, maybe get this person back, or our entire force back. You have great negotiating tactics.
Thank you, I know.
We'd be indebted to you, and we'd let
Based
you
on dice.
and your force pass unhindered, unharried.
We should get this person.
We should move through.
I bet we can do it.
You gonna throw those dice?
Hold
No.
on. We have an obligation to return to our... What's that?
These
One
things
person
no.
for all this? Fellow, I know I may have insulted you, but I can see you're a man of capability. It's you too, madame. What is so important about this one soul that it will bring Thanes all the way that far to here?
Well, this one soul,
It doesn't matter their need.
Because we are to identify and ask for them in parley. Of course, servant.
Did you message that to
well,
us?
her name is Yvain.
A vein. A rich gold vein for which we should profit.
Yvain.
All we need to do is free and then move forward.
Seeking
There's
of
no
a-
reason for this.
Are you sure you didn't skinny us the part where he called you
She's a
servant?
sorceress.
The part where I
Dragon-blooded.
dice ahead.
Is
Skinny.
She is.
I actually let myself get like
There's
show
some
a
sort
bit
of
of like
coyote in the castle.
And she's like, oops. You're like, you guys are Dragonborn. You love dragons, right?
Right,
And
yeah,
she's
yeah.
like, she's a Dragonborn. You love that.
Yeah.
And you're like, And like, oh. Like, did I fuck up?
Ah.
You even see that little bit of...
curse.
So he asked who this person was, and she gave a name and said that she was a sorceress, dragon-blooded, which is a type of sorcerer, and dragon-blooded.
Oh, that's not the same.
What?
Dude.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like she doesn't like obviously she doesn't know about Dragonborn because
Right.
she made that faux pas. Like you guys aren't buddy with dragons.
Learning something every day.
Right?
All right.
This is your fault now.
Well,
Boo.
So there's a sorceress, dragon-blooded sorceress downstairs that's been captured by some evil force, drow force, enslaved. That they want you to go get at least her, if not all of the people they lost.
well, it wouldn't cost us much to send a force. Well, why not? We need to move through. We don't want any bad business with Thay. And honestly, it helps us explore for what we are seeking. I will take this word. I don't let her speak. I will take this back to. I will take this back to our lord, and you shall have your answer.
King Rofrost.
Oh, look at that.
He's got his shit going.
Called it.
Yeah, same
Okay.
page.
So you
Now I'm the lead prime.
you
No.
turn and head back to the corridor with your forces.
Yeah, yeah. I need to piss. I scared myself.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna take a quick break while we recoup to discuss this.
So L337, does that spell something?
Leet. Leet.
He's just
Come on.
being an asshole.
Don't
not
be an
being
asshole.
I'm not being an asshole.
Leet.
I am Elite Prime.
Yes.
I'm Elite Prime.
Elite is short for elite. Yes.
I'm learning that. I'm just finding that.
Don't let him chase you off.
He's very
We'll be right back.
facetious.
Well, I'll be right back.
I'm not facetious. I'm not hip. So everybody.
You're a hipster.
Hey, got him.
Got him.
What's up with that plaid, man?
It's my dancing shirt. Shiny on the edges. Sparkle. So you can find me on the dance floor. Learned lead as a kid, lol.
Do you need to know what LOL means?
Lick a lot of lovers.
Sure.
Lies.
Holy doodly, boys!
Lime. Lies all day lime.
Are you just wasted or what?
No, I'm being a dick. Everyone's like, Mitch doesn't know.
Oh, that was a lot of bullshit I got to do on the fly, guys.
You did good.
Oh.
You did very well.
You almost screwed it up, but you saved it.
Yeah, well.
This guy, he's not like, thanks. He's like, you almost fucked it up.
Thank you, by the way.
Good job, shout out.
The GM literally said, "You're about to fight unless you say something."
Yeah. Well, that's what the insight roll was for. If I failed that, I probably wouldn't have been able to tell that. We
Also,
would have been fighting.
GM3 tries to get me to drink that fucking potion before I drink.
Oh, man.
You can't always listen
We play every Wednesday. With holidays, it's been kind of like so we'll miss sometimes, but we typically play every Wednesday about sorry, we're in Arizona. We don't do daylight savings time, so it's really hard to say times. For us, we start about 9:30, which is, I think, are we the same time as Pacific right now?
We are not. We are
It's
the
not.
same time
9:30
as
for
Mountain.
us, 8:30
Same as
Pacific.
Mountain.
It would be 11:30 Eastern, I believe.
So we're plus one. We're one ahead of Pacific and 2 behind Eastern Standard Time.
Correct. We are 2 behind Eastern. Eastern is...
1 behind Central.
We are right now. We are Mountain. We're Arizona time. I have a countdown.
Okay, so we're 2 hours behind you. So
I have a countdown on my channel to the next thing, but it's still set to 9, and we start like 30 minutes after that. I need to adjust it. But the little countdown timer on our thing will show when we stream next.
Yeah. So
Michigan.
yeah. What are you? UP or LP? Eh?
Michigan always reminds me, oh, it's Michigan.
It's Michigan.
Michigan and Michigan.
Because this guy's name is
watching
Mitch.
my meets every Monday. It's not enough. I know. I wish. Yeah. Nah, you're great.
I'm a troll. We do have up on YouTube.
Not a Youper. All right, we can.
Youper.
Now, do you,
Oh,
you like the Spartans of the Wolverine?
The Youpers.
Yeah.
The couch that
Say
farts.
yeah to the UP, eh?
It's the couch that burps.
The couch that
I'm
burps.
Lee
That's what it is.
Prime is a troll, not a Youper.
Why? You're not a Huber?
Not a Youper.
I got a lot of family in Ann Arbor and Dexter,
Listen, it's
East
okay.
Lansing.
It's
So
okay to be a Huber.
on the YouTube link below, so I don't know if you're watching mobile or whatever, but I have a link to our YouTube. It has all of our previous episodes up to like 2 weeks ago.
He's literal troll under a bridge. Sorry.
No, so if you want to get caught up on the campaign, all that stuff, see from the beginning, you could definitely watch that, or you can just jump right in and keep going with us from now on.
Every Wednesday evenings.
Every
day.
Wednesday. All right, so you guys make your way back to the hallway.
Yeah. And I go.
So Iyasa's going to kind of take over in this one because it's kind of what her thing is with spinning stories and all that. And she's like, "Oh, okay." The 4 of us go out, say that our Lord Commander has chosen us to go below and parley with these people.
What's his name? Her name.
They don't need to know this. Our Lord Commander is taking our troops back to the Arboretum along with our Archmage, and that we're going to be going down to see if we can rescue that group.
So, okay. All right.
So that puts
We
force.
we cannot refer you as our lord because our Lord Commander.
Well, he is our Lord, not Lord Commander.
Ah.
So our Lord Commander and Archmage are with the forces, going back to the Arboretum. And we're sitting forward to investigate this kidnapping, or whatever she said it was.
Yes. They want that one specifically, but it sounds like there's a lot more. It could save a lot more, but I worry about if we follow our righteous, heroic instincts and free more people if we're just going to be handing over slaves to the Thayans. Can they hear us right now? Yes.
No. What are you doing?
I'm asking specifically Ayasa.
Yeah,
Are we
no,
being magically scried upon? Okay.
No. Not that I'm aware of. I'm an evoker, though, so...
Definitely a possibility.
What does that mean? So in effect, you're bullshitting, but I'm going to come back. Oh, are you kidding me? Yeah, but you're just now tuning in everything and just biting every bit of us this whole way through.
I am a pretty forgiving GM. I'm a pretty forgiving GM, but I will absolutely punish them for making stupid decisions.
Or even story-driven ones. We might encounter these people.
Uh-huh.
Oh
yeah.
Uh-huh.
You're totally going to
Yeah.
encounter these people.
Very well.
You've chosen to encounter a group completely unknown to you. So.
Alright, so...
Doesn't it taste like bubblegum?
That's terrible.
Alright, so we are...
We get it. You vape.
It's just like that one.
All right.
Okay. So,
Vape
we got a
Nation.
story. So,
No, but no, what? No, come on.
Vape Nation?
it's
Here in my
Vape
garage.
Nation is. Get the fuck out of here.
It's a parody
it's a
of
very funny
vapors.
video.
Yeah, we hear all about
Knowledge. Here in my garage.
Anyway, so our Lord Commander and his Archmage
Are taking the forces back to the Arboretum.
and we will see about this.
And hey, maybe we go past and they go
Hype Bandy.
and they go to
Oh,
check
sorry.
on our forces.
Yeah. Then what?
Then we run up the stairs.
Oh, that's an excellent idea. All right. And then we'll hold up there and die. All right.
Yeah.
Is that really what the plan
No,
is?
no, but you say like if they just run off and to see if our forces really exist, then we've succeeded. We've gotten around them.
That's true.
Yeah.
But we won't know that unless we stick around, and I bet that they're gonna follow us and watch us. At least go to where they think we're going.
All right. So, are we ready then? A short rest? Should we leave them waiting for an hour?
Warforged, you're playing in
Oh, that's Eberron.
Eberron.
Oh, I love Warforged though. They're so cool. I used to really... when I first heard about them, I'm like, oh, that stuff's stupid. But they're pretty cool.
When I first heard about them, I thought they were amazing, and then I read what their stats were, and I'm like, they didn't do it right. I'm like, they didn't do it right. Like, they didn't do Golem people right.
That's a discussion for another time.
It is. It's going to be a different time.
I'm not saying, but it actually feels like a good stop right here.
What? No.
No? Keep
No.
going?
Well,
20 more minutes?
20 more minutes.
Alright.
I want you to see at least what's up next.
Okay, all right. So,
Because
So-
next, are we going back to talk to these
So
people? as
you
the group
four,
before?
yeah, you four
Okay.
go up.
now you're good. So we four go up.
No.
Hey,
that's-
Prime, don't
that's-
worry about it, Prime.
We're okay with interacting with the chat. That's
Listen.
we like it.
Liam,
No,
30,
Mitch is just hitting his
37.
wall of
Liam.
drinking too much, and he
Man.
wants to abort.
He's had a rough day. He had to
Bored.
take a day off of
Had a
work
great
and not do
Had a great day.
anything. So.
I'm not aborting anything.
Don't kill our little fantasy baby.
Listen. Nothing is going wrong right
Alright.
here. I will.
So I'm gonna speed this up because it's kind of inconsequential.
We march forward.
You go out and you say exactly what
Yes.
the plan is, and they say like through that corridor you'll see a spiral staircase down, and that's where the enemy is.
Corridor that
Oh, and
they
also
were
prepare
very
for
like,
drought.
oh,
Yeah,
that
the
was-
opposite
down.
corridor.
Down.
Down.
That's how we're going. We're not going down, but we've fought our way through, and now we're going down.
Yeah, but you know where to go back up.
Let's do it.
I'd rather fight the things that the scary people we want to avoid fighting are scared of fighting
No.
than to fight these.
Wait, you're...
Wait.
All right, cool.
Oh, no.
Now,
What have we done?
the main question here is, after you go back, tell them what your intent is, you go through that corridor, you see the spiral staircase down. Do you actually go down the spiral staircase? Or do you want to see if those people are going to leave? Or, whatever. Do you want to do anything else? You can do whatever you want. But
I would like you to keep eyes on them.
Yes, we've called the bluff at this point.
Yes.
But if he keeps eyes on the people behind you, who's going forward?
I relax.
Okay. You're going forward down to where, like, the drow might be.
Yeah, well, he hates Drow. I don't want to bother him.
Yeah. Well, he's very poor at scouting out drow.
As we'll see, yeah.
I just get sleepy.
He just gets so sleepy. So sleepy.
It's called pretend to go down.
Those sleepy
Signal
arrows
and
make
leave.
me so sleepy.
Yeah. Yeah, you can message us if they leave. I honestly think maybe you should. I think
They're not going anywhere. We're really
Where would
rapid.
they
Like,
go?
they may actually be waiting for you to save the sorceress and see if that happens. Like, that could be a legitimate thing. Or they could just try to run. But if your whole
someone might actually be in
forces...
trouble there.
It could be. Right.
That's the problem.
And your forces, like, they may really not want to go test to see if your forces are over there.
No.
But if they do, we have to match in kind somehow.
Now, if they leave to go check your forces, then you run up those goddamn stairs. If they all leave.
Yeah,
but
how would we know?
How would you know? It's like
Unless we
not
set
to
up
go
an
down there.
alarm spell before we left.
Ah.
Hey.
Okay,
Or we
so-
tell them we're going down, we go up instead.
Where? Spiral staircase only goes down.
The alarm spell back by the Arboretum, where we were, when we
So-
reconvened.
Okay, so remember, like that dusty path.
Yes.
First off, it only has like your 4 sets of footprints through it.
Oh my god, do we need to like do a whole thing where we're like putting down 1,000 footsteps?
No.
No. Ayasa can clean the entire corridor with prestidigitation.
What a brilliant suggestion by Yasa.
Like mage.
I mean, that's what
no,
you guys...
please, no,
she does
I'm
that.
not being sarcastic.
But where do you put it? Do you put it at the entrance to that corridor from the main chamber? Do you put it at the other end to see if they go all the way down, or anywhere in between it? Do you put it in the corridor that goes towards the Arboretum, or do you put it where? Where do you put this alarm so that you know, and you're only going to know it's tripped?
Yeah, we don't know if it's going to be a single person or...
to be
Yeah.
one
I
end.
think because people are going to come in and out all the time. I think the entrance is really where it's going to be at.
Yeah.
So the entrance to the main corridor from where you went out to the Dwarven statue stairs. That's where you want to put it? Or do you want to put it all the way back to see if someone's that dedicated to go
They're
all the
probably
way
going to
through?
take a little cursory look. I think we should put an alarm for a little more dedication there.
Right, so all the way at the back.
So deeper.
Deeper, yeah.
Now, I guess like all of this is great, and you put this stuff up, and you put all these things, you clean, you do all that cool stuff to justify your force and all that stuff. Are you really going down those stairs?
I want to. I voice it. I do.
I kind of
Rofrost
feel like
says,
I'm following Rofrost down these stairs if he goes. He's made it apparent that he means to go downstairs.
There might be. It sounds like there's people in trouble, and they might know.
I nod my head.
And there might be something scary down there, but boy howdy, if we destroy whatever these people are afraid of, they're not gonna want to mess with us.
Or whatever trap we walk into. At least there's 2 of us.
Okay. So
I'm just saying that's my
he
opinion.
wants to really go down. What's Savroth? Lord Savroth, you're at the spiral staircase. You've set up alarms and cleaned and done all the stuff to
So
secure your story.
are we not about leaving Zernax and some stealth, like actually keeping an eye on them versus just only depending on this alarm?
If he goes, someone has to go with him. I'm going to go with him if you don't go. You
Here's what
can't
I'm
go.
thinking.
Someone going first anywhere in this place should be the rogue.
Yeah. So
we're
take
going
point.
together.
If we have an alarm spell, you take point, and if that gets triggered, then we want to send you. We want to stop, send you to take a look.
My thing is that if he's going, I have to go first. So I'm going to go with him first.
Or go
so you can
first.
lose two of us with an alarm spell.
And
Here's
you
the-
can at least sit up at the top of the stairs and see if they like try to send someone after you.
Yeah.
And then her alarm will tell you if they've sent someone or entirely moved away.
Okay, then let's go in an order going down. We're actually going to move down the stairs.
What?
What?
We're actually going to move.
Sorry,
down
my
the
lord. What were
stairs.
you saying?
We're moving down the stairs.
Moving down the stairs.
Zernak's going to go first. You're going to be after him. Ayas after you. I'm going to be bringing up the rear. And kind of like slowly moving just to see like what they're doing as we're marching down. I mean, they may wait till I'm out of sight to do anything.
Now, out of character. Oh, no. So, no, it's really in character. In character, Rufus, there might be someone who needs our help down here. However, if we save anyone down there, all we know is to send them back up into the hands of these slaving Thay pricks. So, I'm okay with a ruse.
I can say the opposite, which is even if we find what we are looking for, they can only come up to your hands. There is nothing behind us.
You guys are going down.
Is
this the ultimate thing? Like,
you fucking idiots. Are you
you guys are heading down.
It sounds a lot like we're going down.
A bit, at least a bit, yeah. What are we going to do? Like hide behind a corner?
You are in breastplate and chain with a hammer that's glowing. You're not stealthing down the staircase.
No.
So you're going down first. Make a stealth roll. Remember, it's with advantage.
How about with advantage? Instead of that natural one.
Fucking 19.
I'd say it's a great roll.
All right. So you're heading down this. It's a massive stone spiral staircase down into a kind of open chamber. There's some colonnades and other things going on down there. The place is gonna. It's not just a big open chamber that you're walking down into. You have some curved walls and areas around you. It's kind of compartmentalized. But you sneak down just enough and kind of like peer over the edge to see that there are groups of people stationed behind cover that are watching the staircase. None of them seem to see or notice you. There are actually a lot of them seem distracted. Like, you'll see someone, like, a head poke up, but it just gives, like, the most cursory glance up at the stairwell.
For a while.
So they're guarding or watching the stairwell, but they're also not very disciplined.
Are you still night vision?
Yes, he is. Not very disciplined or whatever, or dedicated to this cause, but there are a lot of them. There's, like, 7 different groups of people watching the staircase from these different areas down
Good
here.
grief. Oh, boy.
Can you tell what kind of people they are?
Make... you only got a 19. They seem...
Are they people you're trying to save or an early warning system? That's nice.
There's some... You see a hodgepodge of different armor and armaments. What you seem to be lacking is anyone with black skin, like obsidian skin, like a drow.
Yeah, 'cause that's
You're
what we're
not.
looking
You
for.
can't. Like, you're too far away to really tell too much. But you saw a drow force before. They're fairly uniform. They have a distinctive look. These people do not look like that. They look like a hodgepodge of mercenary or random types.
Interesting. Okay.
So this could just be part of this group
Yeah,
that they're sending us down into.
they might think that they're drow and are wrong, or they're lying to us for a reason.
They might be leading us into a trap that we've identified much earlier than we should have.
This might be a Thayan force.
Exactly. At any point, I think obviously you're skinning this information.
Yeah, so I think while we're here, we should just take these suckers out real quick.
There's a lot of
Several
them.
groups?
At least 7 different groups of multiple people.
I misunderstood.
Not 7 people.
Yeah.
I misunderstood.
7 different groups of like 3 to 5
Not
people
7
each.
groovy people, but 7 groups of people.
Yeah, 7 groups of people.
I think at this point it's probably our best bet to go back up and deal with.
Say, nah. Like, if we do that, I mean, that might be what we want to do. You need to think about how we're going to say that.
Well, so what are options at this point? We go down into all these groups of people? Like, that's not going to work out.
And see what they're dealing with. Like,
I mean,
you could go down
we
and
have
talk
a
to
rogue.
them
We
just
have
like
a very
that.
talented rogue who can get more information.
Like, you have a higher charisma than I do.
But you have a really
should
good
not-
charisma. Like, you can sneak down there and even try to...
Yeah, you have a great charisma. And
You could sneak all the way down the bottom of these stairs, probably not get sighted,
Yeah.
and make your way to these groups to see more of what they're about.
You,
But I don't want-
you could do shadow
don't want.
intel for us and roll some dice on them. I don't know.
Well,
Well, 'cause
let's
if we-
figure out a
if
point
we
of
possibly-
action.
No, no one
think-
has invisibility.
If we possibly
I
think
wish
that
we had
She's
this
an
is...
invoker. She's about blowing shit up.
Well, she should diversify her portfolio, I think.
She has alarm. Come on.
She doesn't have a line.
She also has unseen servant.
Really?
Yes, she actually
Can
does.
that scout for us?
No.
Well,
They can't talk.
then why would you even say that?
Because it folds all your clothes at night and stuff. It's
It
really
does. It
convenient.
does.
Super
Can
convenient.
it be canon that she actually has an invisible servant, kind of like help her?
It's
She
a-
does. That's
Yeah,
what
it's
she does every
literally
night.
mage
Oh.
hand
It
of
cooks for you and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's mage hand
Yeah.
of convenience.
Yeah, it takes care of the horse. Well, you don't have to take care of horses. It
We-
picks them up, puts them in your pouches.
Can we? Are there banners? Are there?
There's no. He's too far up. He stopped the moment he saw people.
Yeah.
If he wants to actually go further and try to infiltrate this and seek more details about who these are, he can. I just stopped him at the furthest possible distance
Right.
that there's detection.
But he can basically tell that these are not drow.
It seems that these are not drow.
So we can either he can try to figure out who they are by trying to be
Get closer.
good at stealth again and whatever.
Uh-huh.
Or we can go back up and be like, there's forces down here and that's not drow, so you lied to us.
I like that. I like that. I still think that, as a tactical sense, my lord, the more information we have, arms us better to dealing with those upstairs.
I feel like we have the information we need, which is they're not drow. You lied to us. Now we're
Because
back.
at this point, they don't know we don't have these forces. They'll no alarm's gone off.
We've already come down.
But
real
they know
quick
your
and gone back
forces
up.
have retreated because that's what you say they did.
But we've also come back with information immediately. Information they probably already have. So we went downstairs, figured out what they were talking about, came back up. We're like, hey, he lied to us.
Yeah, so then they'll lie to us again. I'm just saying, I agree with this plan. I'm just saying, if we want to risk it, knowing more about what is actually down there helps us talk better.
Because the only thing you know,
Let's
you
lie
think
about
you
what's down
know.
there. Why
The
don't
only
we
thing
say
you-
the
Because-
drow have come up in force?
well,
Because
hold
they
on.
might know exactly what's down there.
It's fairly obvious they know what's actually down there and they lied to you. If you walk back up just saying, we know these aren't drow, and you don't know,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it shows a better show of force. Like, hey, these are blah 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 blah. What's the deal? Are we to overrun you with our forces, or are you in league with them? You know, I think it puts us in a better bargaining position if we know more of what's down there.
So you want him to get closer.
I do, if that is within the wisdom of your command, my lord.
I can definitely get closer.
Alright. You feeling confident about this, Zero?
It is,
I'm never confident about my roles.
but it is just the
I need to
four
have my
of
screen
us.
from you.
That's a good call.
Looks good to me. But it doesn't look good.
Oh, dang it.
14. You have an advantage on stealth.
It's 24. So, or
24.
All
Right.
right. 24.
Yeah. Yeah. Fine knows what's up.
I apologize.
It's just Eric. It's a Bandy. Bandy's like, I'm just stealing cookies from the cookie jar. Don't worry about me. Bandy's the tonight's mascot dog.
Some powerful sneezes there.
So you got a 20 mother loving 4.
That is going to be it. Yeah, that's my last roll there.
What does that mean?
Because I'm falling asleep. It's late for me. I've been here for a while. You guys have things to do in the morning. I have things to do in the morning.
All right, what'd you get?
Like 24.
24.
24.
All right, you sneak down to the bottom of the stairs. No one seems to notice you. At least no alarms have been raised or people charging you or shooting at you. You're at the base of the chamber. You can make your way out and see what these folks are about. Perception.
16.
Nice.
So you don't see much that's uniform about these folk. There's definitely no drow among them. There are various other races, including goblinoid and other races. Like there's a bugbear amongst them.
Huh.
Some
Dark and dirty
orcs.
mercenaries.
They do have this. There's a symbol on some of them that's kind of reoccurring, and the symbol is a slash. And there's 5 dots on one side and 5 dots on the other.
Huh.
Kind of in a.
Are there Dragonborn? Are there human? How motley is this group?
It's human, elf,
We have a bugbear.
dwarf,
so
orc,
probably pretty
bugbear, kobold,
Mm-hmm.
half orc, all kinds of mercenaries with all kinds of various gear and equipment.
I was gonna say, assuming that you're messaging. No, that's too risky.
That's what you see?
Hmm?
That's what you see?
That's what I see. We gotta stop there.
Alright.
Alright,
So we're
sorry.
going to cut it there.
Sorry.
It's good. It's good.
Your drink.
What about it?
It's empty.
You call that lady's bluff. Smell a little funny when she started talking. Yeah. The fans. They always lie. Lawful evil bitches. All right. No, we got a lot of good information here.
Yep. So we're going to end it here. Wrap it up. Thank you. I am Leet Prime
Yeah.
for subscribing, for watching us, for chatting with us.
Come by.
We
next
will
week.
be here
Hey,
next week.
I am Leet Prime. Is that what it is?
That
Yeah.
is still what it
Prime.
is.
Alright,
Yeah,
cool.
I am Leet Prime.
That's the second time I've asked him.
It's like the 6th time we've asked.
Sleepy junkie baby.
Excuse me, I am L3037.
Yeah, please come by.
Yeah.
Like you've seen, like we see what's in the chat. It's usually pretty chill. Like we're not like we're not like I don't know, a famous. It's not Matt Mercer's group, right? Like come on in. Like we'll read what you say. Like we'll interact. We're just gonna hang out and play D&D. We'll be super stoked to see you if you come on.
So yeah, this has been the Wileyverse. Hopefully next time I'll have a much less red nose, less sick.
You look sick as
I do.
shit.
I don't know what's going on. So yeah, next week, Wednesday, Wileyverse. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for participating. We need to get Mitch to bed like right away. We'll see you next week.
It's been a long day. My bad.